Good evening and welcome in to the AFEC, where Southern Utah will look to heat up Cedar City on a chilly February night against the Tarleton State Texans. Welcome everyone into the broadcast. Alan Richards, JC Rockhill alongside me, bringing you Southern Utah women's basketball here live on Thunder 91. As we get started in the Hermes Drive-In pregame report, JC, chilly night in Cedar City, but Southern Utah been playing their best basketball of the year. They've won their last two, 6 of their last 7, including a big win against UT Arlington for a sweep on Saturday, 78-67.
Yeah, no doubt. And the most important thing with this team right now is just the level of consistency that they play at. On both sides of the court, they're playing incredible on defense, they're playing incredible on offense. They're just all around fun to watch.
It was a big win from start to finish on Valentine's Day for the Thunderbirds against UT Arlington. Southern Utah, led by Sierra Chambers, got out of a shooting slump on Saturday. 7 of 13 from the field and her 23 points. But the biggest stat for me from Sierra in that game was the 5 assists to just 1 turnover. Is huge for a player like Sierra Chambers, who handles the ball so much.
Yeah, definitely, especially from the point guard position. You know, she does so much work. She has such a workload every single game, it seems like. So for her to have that sort of ratio, assists to turnovers, that's just massive, because the Thunderbirds have really struggled with the turnovers this year. Like, that's been basically the story and their one weakness all year. So for her to have that sort of ratio, it's inspiring to both the teams and really just inspires everybody to keep going.
And along with Sierra Chambers there on Saturday in the win, Brooklyn Feely had a double-double once again. She leads the WAC in double-doubles. Once again, the WAC newcomer of the week. And you have a pretty good week when 17 points and 11 rebounds on a Saturday is your worst game.
Yeah, especially. And 11 of those rebounds came on the defensive end as well. So she's just playing lights out on both ends, you know, scoring the ball especially. I feel like she's a lot more fearless when it comes to taking 3 points as well. She has really great shooting confidence from anywhere.
And then Courtney Doman and Devin Kiernan each added 12 points apiece for Southern Utah. And if you can get 24 points out of your 2 best defenders night in, night out, it's a bonus.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Like, you mentioned all those defensive stops and everything. That alone is huge. So you have 2 stars on the offensive end and 2 consistent stars on the defensive end. Like that's just a dream.
And then looking on the other end for Tarleton State, they're 12-12 on the year, 6-7 in WAC play, sitting currently 4th in the WAC behind Southern Utah at 3rd. They've had Southern Utah's number, though, winning the first 2 meetings in Stephenville, though they fell in a heartbreaker on Saturday in Stephenville to Abilene Christian, 72-67.
Yeah, and it's really just been a real emphasis of their struggles so far. Like, that's going to be my main concern going into this game for the Texans, is outscoring their opponent. They outscored Abilene Christian, or tied it, in the first 3 quarters of that game, but in the 4th quarter, they really just ran out of gas and got outscored 22-11. So stamina is going to be the main concern for me tonight and for the Texans.
Especially playing on a little bit shorter of a week. It's a Wednesday night game here in Cedar City, as Southern Utah is set to host the 3A state basketball tournament here inside the AFEC Thursday, Friday, and Saturday this week. But the player to watch for Tarleton State is a true freshman in Elodie Lubert. 18 points and 8 rebounds on Saturday in the loss. At 6'6", and standing down on the court pregame, she's every bit of 6'6".
Oh yeah, no doubt. Like, a very, very strong player as well. Like, really has a very large presence inside the paint, and I think that she's also going to be a very solid piece outside of the perimeter as well, on her baseline cuts and overall perimeter play as well. And I think she has a really good chance of assisting as well in this game.
Yeah, one of the leaders in the country in blocks as she comes in to today's game at over 80 blocks on the season. Something Southern Utah will have to work against here inside the paint, and it all starts with Brooklyn Feely and Ava Urich down low on the block in the post, but then those guards going on those backdoor cuts have to be weary of the help side defense.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Like, you have to be cautious of wherever the defense is. Like, you really got to be making sure that you know who's matched up against who, and so I think for players like Ava Urich, she's going to have to be prepared for just about any form of defense that she goes against.
As it is the Texans and Thunderbirds getting set for the 3rd matchup here today between these 2 teams in the regular season. We'll talk about the first 2 matchups coming up after this in the Hermes Drive-In pregame report. You're listening to Southern Utah Women's Basketball live on Thunder 91.
Township Pharmacy is located near the hospital just off Main Street, and Bullock's Drug is downtown. Each pharmacy can fill your prescriptions, and they're happy to bring this broadcast your way. Curbside service available or inside the pharmacy. Township Pharmacy. Brad's Food Hut is happy to present this broadcast. Brad's is a traditional fixture in Cedar City and features the Bronco Burger, fish and chips, grilled cheese, and grilled turkey sandwiches, chicken sandwiches, shakes, and of course, soft drinks. Brad's is located on North Main Street in Cedar City.
Chrysalis is looking for people who want to make a difference by joining their team of direct support professionals. Team members provide supported living services and become mentors, coaches, and friends. They make lasting memories, participate in fun activities, and help individuals reach their goals and become more independent. Chrysalis offers competitive pay and flexible schedules. More information and the online application are available at chrysalis.care. That's chrysalis.care.
Wilson Orthodontics has been serving Cedar City for more than 31 years. Child and adult orthodontics are available at 66 West Harding Avenue, Suite A, and they're also open on Saturdays. Wilson Orthodontics has offices in Parowan and Beaver. Cody Wilson, creating smiles you won't want to cover with a mask. 435-586-8980. That's 586-8980. Wilson Orthodontics. Family discounts are available. Township Pharmacy is located near the hospital just off Main Street, and Bullock's Drug is downtown. Each pharmacy can fill your prescriptions, and they're happy to bring this broadcast your way. Curbside service available or inside the pharmacy. Township Pharmacy.
You're listening to Thunder 91. Now back to the game.
Welcome back inside the AFEC, where we continue the Hermes Drive-In pregame report. Hermes has served Cedar City and Southern Utah for more than 45 years. Dallin Richards, JC Rockhill alongside me as we get you set for tip-off between Southern Utah and Tarleton State here this Wednesday evening inside the AFEC for some Southern Utah women's basketball live on Thunder 91. And as the WAC has it this year, JC, this is the third matchup between Southern Utah and Tarleton, though the first time this game has happened in Cedar City. Thunderbirds lost the first two meetings this year. They've also lost the last 7 meetings all time against Tarleton as they look to break that losing streak here tonight. In game number 1, if you talk to anybody for Southern Utah and head coach Tracy Mason, that was not Southern Utah basketball. Just didn't have their stuff in an 81-55 loss where Tarleton just shot the lights out to start the game and Southern Utah couldn't make the comeback on the road. You flip over to February 7th, just 11 days ago in Stephenville, and it was the opposite. Southern Utah got out to the hot start, shooting 60% from the field in the first quarter. They proceeded to shoot 34% for the game as Tarleton had their biggest comeback in Division I, in their Division I era as a women's basketball program. Southern Utah led by as much as 18 there in the second quarter before falling by 2 late in the game.
Yeah, and that's really the painful part of this, because you look at both games, the Thunderbirds have really narrowed the scoring gaps every single game. Like you mentioned, the 81-55 win at Tarleton State. The fact that they lost by just 2 points in the second game tells me that in this one they're going to come out with a little bit more fury and a little more fire. Now, my main question is, who's going to be the star for the Thunderbirds in this one against Tarleton? Because the highest points in both of those games have been 16. So I think that for this situation, you're going to want somebody to score more dynamically and try to get that 20-point range, maybe even 18 points range, really to give an edge and at least get something, a little bit of a switch up, so to speak, against Tarleton.
It was Devin Kiernan who led the way for Southern Utah on February 7th with 16 points. She went 3 of 5 from deep as well. The rest of the Thunderbirds from three-point land that day, 1 of 11. So Southern Utah has to get the outside shot going, which they have in the last couple games, and it's been a little bit of everyone scoring the ball, coming off of 2 of the best offensive performances of the conference season. We talked about that 2-point game Sierra Chambers had a look at the buzzer to send the game to overtime, just couldn't get the layup to fall over the 6'6" Lou Bear for the Texans. We talked about somebody will need to step up for Southern Utah. I look for them to start with Brooklyn Feely and Ava Urick down low early, but we'll have some keys to the game and get you set for tip-off. Following this, we'll take a break for the national anthem. You're listening to the Hermes Drive-In pregame report and Southern Utah women's basketball live on Thunder 91.
Clark & Linford Jewelers has been a staple on Main Street in downtown Cedar City since the 1970s. Cedar has grown a lot since then, but we are still your hometown jeweler. Our commitment to our customers remains the same, to help you find pieces you will love for years to come. Whether you're looking for an engagement ring, wedding band, or fashion piece, we'd love the opportunity to help you find your piece. Find us at 83 North Main Street in Cedar City and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Clark & Linford Jewelers, still your hometown jeweler, where SUU gets engaged.
Bullock strives to be the very best in serving you in Cedar City, offering fashion, decor, and kids items, as well as a fun old-fashioned soda fountain and pharmacy. We are a place where you can come enjoy unique shopping, a fun atmosphere, and quality service from all of our 4 stores on Main Street. Bring the family, grab a treat, and find that perfect gift. Enjoy your shopping experience with us. Bullock's, 91 North Main in historic downtown Cedar City.
Kabuto's, St. George's #1 sushi and ramen bar. Student specials available Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Make sure and give them a follow on social media at Kabuto Utah for weekly giveaways and local events.
Chrysalis is looking for people who want to make a difference by joining their team of direct support professionals. Team members provide supported living services and become mentors, coaches, and friends. Make lasting memories, participate in fun activities, and help individuals reach their goals and become more independent. Chrysalis offers competitive pay and flexible schedules. More information and the online application are available at chrysalis.care. That's chrysalis.care.
Hermes Drive-In has served Cedar City and our visitors for more than 45 years. With a diverse menu and affordable prices, Hermes hopes you'll come back again and again for their burgers, Navajo tacos, fries, house-made fry sauce, and more. Located just north of the City Park on Main Street, Hermes also offers shakes, soft drinks, and a weekly special. All roads lead to Hermes Drive-In, a proud sponsor of our local youth activities and athletes.
This is Adam from Levitt Group Insurance. Thank you, SUU, for allowing me.
Welcome back inside the AFEC as we get set for tip-off between Tarleton State and Southern Utah University. Dallin Richards, JC Rockhill alongside me as we wrap up the Hermes Drive-In pregame report. JC, your head coach Bill Brock in Tarleton State coming in on the road in Southern Utah 11-1 here inside the AFEC this year. What do they have to do to get a season sweep against the Thunderbirds today?
It's going to be 2 things. On the court, it's going to be shutting down the main superstars of the Thunderbirds. So Brooklyn Feely, Ava Urick, and Sierra Chambers, you can't let them get going early in this game. Second one, do not let the home crowd get in your head. You have the student section on one end for the Thunderbirds, so you can't let that discourage you in any way.
And if you're head coach Tracy Mason in Southern Utah, Tarleton State's gotten the best of you in the first 2 of these matchups. You finally get them at home. It's hard to beat a team 3 times in a season, as Southern Utah learned on Saturday, beating UT Arlington for the sweep. But what do they have to do to keep pace with Abilene Christian and California Baptist for the top 2 seeds in the WAC?
I definitely think that it's going to be getting stops on defense first and foremost. You allowed 80 points in your first matchup against Tarleton State, so you definitely definitely want to limit any sort of scoring that you can. Watch that perimeter, make sure you're clean on your closeouts, contest any sort of shot, whether it's outside the three-point line or it's inside the paint, and make sure that the superstars for Tarleton State are shut down as well. You cannot let LeBert get going whatsoever, and I think that another player for Tarleton State that's going to get going, if you allow her, it's going to be Gia Adams, so you got to be ready for just about anything.
Gia Adams, the leading scorer for the Texans on this season, who will be in the road blacks with purple numbers, white names on the back. Southern Utah in the home whites, red numbers and letters outlined in black. Let's get you your starting lineups though here tonight inside the AFEC. Starting first for head coach Bill Brock and the visiting Texans from Tarleton State. Starting on the guard line, it is a 5'10" senior from Little Rock, Arkansas, the Dodge City Community College transfer, number 2, Kyriana Jones. In the backcourt with her, it's a senior, 5'7" senior guard from Waco, Texas, and the Blinn College transfer, Jacoria Long. Alongside her is the 5'7" senior from Cypress, Texas, the North Texas transfer, number 13, Gia Adams. At 6 foot, it's the junior guard from Argyle, Texas, and Akron transfer, number 30, Caroline Lyles. And down low is the 6'6" freshman from St. Louis, Martinique, with number 27, Elodie Lubert. Texans come in at 12-12 on the year, 6-7 in WAC play, good enough for 4th as the WAC standings stand. Now for the Southern Utah Thunderbirds and head coach Tracy Mason in her 8th season already. It's the same starting lineup we've seen virtually all season long. Starting in the backcourt, it's the 5'8" sophomore from Danville, California, number 3, Sierra Chambers. In the backcourt with her, it's a 5'10" freshman, or 5'11" freshman rather, from Orange, California, number 22, Devin Kiernan. A 5'10" sophomore from Crane, Oregon, number 1, Courtney Doman. Down low, it's the 6-foot junior from Burlingame, California, number 44, Ava Urich. And then down low, the 6-foot junior from Orem, Utah, the Umpqua Community College transfer, number 4, Brooklyn Feely. For the Thunderbirds, come in at 17-8, 9-4 in WAC play. That's good enough for 3rd. Currently a game behind Abilene Christian, who's idled tonight before coming to take on the Thunderbirds Sunday afternoon. What should be a thriller rubber match between the Wildcats and Thunderbirds on Sunday. Winner will take the season series between the two, but first Thunderbirds have the Texans lined up as we get set for the opening tip. It will be Lubert for the Texans to jump center circle against Brooklyn Feely once the Thunderbirds take the court here. Get set for tip-off here in the AFEC in the Chrysalis first quarter. The whistle, we are underway. The tip is controlled by Tarleton. They'll have first possession as they set up the offense. Go right down to Lubert on the left block. She loses it. Doman can't come away with it. It falls to Jacoria Long. Back to Gia Adams, left wing, guarded by Kiernan. Takes a screen going right. Loses the dribble on the drive, and Kiernan comes away with it for Southern Utah, diving on the court. The first Texans turnover. Sierra Chambers is out and running for Southern Utah. They go straight to Urich on the right block. Back out Feely, right wing triple. Wide left. Lyles gets the rebound for Tarleton. As they look to run, now Gia Adams slows things down. Setting up the Texans half-court offense. They swing around the perimeter. It stops with Jones on the left wing, back to Lyles, top of the key. Now back to Gia Adams. She pulls up at the right elbow, but a moving screen against Lyles. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers for Tarleton State here in the first 50 seconds. Southern Utah looking for the first points of the evening on this possession here.
Yeah, and you're seeing what the Thunderbirds are doing early in this game. They're going physical defense down low, taking on Lubert. So Feely, she's going to have her hands full, like I mentioned, but she seemed up to the challenge already. A lot of energy, a lot of talking as well.
Feely finds a backdoor cut in Urich, but it goes off her foot, and they say it's off Lyles' foot instead. Ava Urich did not do her best job at selling that one as she started running back on defense, but the officials give the ball back to Southern Utah, 18 on the shot clock as Chambers inbounds baseline out. Out to Feely on the left elbow. Guarded by Lubert, she drives left. Goes into the lane, pump fake up and in for Brooklyn Feely. The first bucket of the game. It's a 2-0 Thunderbird lead. 8:50 to go here, opening quarter.
Yeah, we talked about aggression on defense for Brooklyn Feely. She is just as aggressive on offense with all of her paint moves, and she's very aggressive going up and a really nice release as well.
Jacoria Long, guarded by Doman on the left wing, takes a screen from Lubert, pulls up from the left elbow, in and out on the 15-foot jumper. Urick gets her first rebound of the game, and she leads the conference just under 10 a game. She goes coast to coast, left-handed scoop, too strong, into the hands of Jones for Tarleton, and now they look to run, do the Texans. Gia Adams, right wing triple is short. Lyles, though, chases the rebound down in the left corner, out to Long, left wing. Guarded by Doman, dribbles to the right elbow, kicks back to Adams, right wing. Reset with 12 on the shot clock. She takes a screen from Lyles left. Lubert, left wing, over to Long. Long, left wing triple. Too strong. Rebound to Sierra Chambers for Southern Utah as Chambers looks to push the tempo. Courtney Doman, right wing, drives left into the lane. 5-foot floater up and in for Courtney Doman. It's a 4-0 Thunderbird lead. 7:45 to go, first quarter.
Yeah, and that's how you establish the tone of the game right away. Like, you don't want to take too many threes out the gate. You want to get some steady scoring, really get warmed up and everything. That's exactly what it was. Courtney Dolman catches the ball on the pass, does not shoot the three, just takes her time, sees the lane, and just goes right in and gets a two.
Kyriana Jones drives left on Chambers, gets the layup to fall off the glass. It's a 4-2 ball game. Thunderbirds go right back to Feely, right block. Backdoor cut to Urick on the left block, easy lay-in. Big to big passing there for the Thunderbirds, get the lead back up to 4.
Yeah, so you had Brooklyn Feely on that one, just catching the ball, waiting for that cut right there by Urick, and she does a great job of just shedding a defender and going up with a nice, easy roll-in.
Jones finds Lubert on the left block, goes right around Feely for the layup. 6-4, Southern Utah still on top. 3 minutes into the second quarter as Feely runs coast to coast. Can't hit the layup though. She heard footsteps coming from Lubert. Texans can tie or take the lead now as they slow things down. Jacoria Long, left wing. Takes a screen going right, gets into the lane. Scoop shot, no. Rebound to Feely for Southern Utah. Up to Chambers. Chambers looks to push the tempo. Now slows things down as she crosses the timeline to the right wing. Gets the ball to Urick on the right block. Guarded by Lyles. She'll go baseline. Kick back out to Feely on the right wing. Back to Doman, top of the key. 12 on the shot clock. Now Chambers with 10. She'll take a deep triple. That's short. Lubert gets the rebound for the Texans.
All credit goes to the defense right there, the Texans right there. You saw how they went inside to Ava Urick. Lyles immediately backed off, just had a little bit of space, forcing Urick to get the ball outside the perimeter and forcing an uncomfortable shot.
Jones on the left wing for Tarleton will pull up for the triple. That one bounces off the front iron into the hands of Brooklyn Feely. Once again for Southern Utah, up to Chambers. Devin Kiernan somehow keeps her pivot foot down, not expecting the pass. They reset to Chambers, right wing. Now Feely in the right corner, trying to get the ball down to Urick on the block. They give it to her. Nice give and go. Feely pump fakes once, can't convert on the push shot from the center circle. And we stay at 6-4, 5.5 to go, opening quarter. Lyles over to Gia Adams. Now Jones on the right block, up and over Chambers for the bucket. We're tied at 6.
Yeah, so on offense right there, you just saw Jones just force her way into a mismatch against Chambers. Chambers knows that she doesn't have a chance, so she just gives up immediately, which is a smart move. You don't want to foul this early in the game, but credit to Jones right there, forcing a mismatch and getting an easy 2 points and tying the game.
Chambers driving down the right side of the paint, picks up the pivot foot as it slides just a little. First turnover of the game for Southern Utah. Gives it back to Tarleton as we're tied at 6. 5:06 to go here in the Chrysalis first quarter. Tarleton looking for their first lead of the night. Jones right wing, cross court over to Brackens, just checking in over to long left corner. Now drives to the elbow. They reset now. Gia Adams, right wing, pull up just inside the 3-point line, short on the jumper. Courtney Doman gets the rebound for Southern Utah. Up to Chambers. Chambers, no look pass to Ava Urick for the easy layup. And Southern Utah back up by 2. Ava Urick with 4 early points.
And that's been one of the strong points for the Thunderbird team. They push the ball up the court extremely quick right there, and that's going to force somebody eventually come open. And this one, it was just Urick pushing the pace, using that speed and agility, getting down in the paint, and easy 2 points.
Engelman hands off to Gia Adams. Crossover on Devin Kiernan. Spin back right, scoop shot up and in. What a move for the senior to tie it back up at 8. 4:10 to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, and on that one, it's just Gia Adams being a basketball player right there, using every sort of move that you can think of, and it's just that one. It's just an easy spin move and just put it up and down.
Doman, top of the key for Southern Utah, swings to Kiernan, left wing, 15 on the shot clock. Now Feely, right wing, trying to get the ball down to Urick on the block. They get it to her. Power dribble up and over the top of Krakens for the easy floater. It's a 10-8 Southern Utah lead. Long in the right corner for Tarleton, driving on Doman. Kicks back out, Adams. Top of the key, triple, in and out. Rebound to Feely for Southern Utah. Out to Chambers as they look to push the tempo. Kiernan, left corner. Back out Feely, top of the key to reset with Chambers, right wing. Down to Urick, right block. Faces Brackens. Throws it right into the hands of Engelman, trying to go cross court to Feely. It's a Southern Utah turnover. Now Gia Adams looks to go for Tarleton State. Setting up the offense. They overshoot Brackens on the block into the hands of Ava Urick, out to Chambers. Chambers stops at the free throw line, out Kiernan, left corner triple. Of course, Devin Kiernan's been on fire the last couple weeks. It's a 13-8 ball game. Boy, Tarleton State looks gassed. Media timeout coming at the next dead ball. Under 2:50 to go first quarter.
Yeah, that offensive play right there for the Thunderbirds goes to Chambers. His driving kick.
As Brackens knocks down a top of the key triple to answer Kiernan's three. It's 13-11, 2.5 to go first quarter. Doman, right wing to Urick, top of the key. Over to Kiernan, down to Feely, left block. Back out to Chambers, 15 on the shot clock, right back to Feely. Nearly loses it, gets it back. Chambers, top of the key, triple, bucket. Chambers' first bucket, and it's a 5-point Thunderbird lead, 2:10 to go first quarter.
Yeah, we talked about Chambers getting the kick-out pass out there to Kiernan on that last offensive drive. This time, she's the one on the kick-out, just receiving the pass, catch and shoot, and it's just buckets all day for Sierra Chambers. Jacoria
Long, right corner. Kicks all the way over. Now it's Brackens, right wing, driving right on Urick, all the way across the paint. Can't convert on the layup. Feely with her 4th rebound of the first quarter, out to Chambers for Southern Utah. Under 2 to go, opening quarter. Southern Utah sets up the half-court offense with Chambers top of the key. She'll drive left on Long, back out to Urick, right wing. Driving right on Brackens, picks up the dribble, has to reset. 10 on the shot clock for Chambers, top of the key. Takes a screen left from Feely. Crossover dribble now on Engelman. Scoop shot, up and in, off the glass here. Chambers deadly with the left hand, and it's a 7-point Thunderbird lead. We might not get immediate timeout in the first quarter. We're down to 1:10 to go. Brackens gets it stolen nearly by Kiernan, and we get a whistle. A travel gives us a media timeout. 18-11, Southern Utah on top of Tarleton. 1:07 to go in the first quarter. We'll have the last 67 seconds of the opening quarter after this. You're listening to Thunderbird Women's Basketball on Thunder 91.
Chrysalis is looking for people who want to make a difference by joining their team of direct support professionals. Team members provide supported living services and become mentors, coaches, and friends. They make lasting memories, participate in fun activities, and help individuals reach their goals and become more independent. Chrysalis offers competitive pay and flexible schedules. More information and the online application are available at chrysalis.care. That's chrysalis.care.
Hermes Drive-In is happy to sponsor youth activities in our area. They are located just north of the City Park on Main Street. Hermes features burgers, shakes, fries, and soft drinks, and a variety of other items, including scones. Hermes Drive-In, 294 North Main Street, Cedar City.
You're listening to Thunder 91. Now back to the game.
Welcome back inside the AFEC, where Southern Utah is holding on to an 18-11 lead. 1:07 to go in the Chrysalis first quarter. Looking for individuals to join their team of direct support professionals at chrysalis.care. Dallin Richards, JC Rockhill alongside me. And for Southern Utah, offensively, they've made their last 5 from the field, but it's the defense early for Southern Utah that's given them this 7-point lead. They forced 4 Texan turnovers here in the first quarter.
Yeah, and it's been really impressive because a majority of them have come inside the paint, especially. Whenever the Texans have tried to get the ball inside, there's usually a hand right there in the passing lane to deflect it. And even if you catch the ball inside the paint, they're going to try and pick your pocket and go the other way down the court. But on offense for the Thunderbirds, what did I say that they had to do? They had to go inside the paint themselves, get 2 easy points, and then they're going to develop a fearlessness because they're going to crash down on defense more often. So that's going to leave the wide open threes.
As Southern Utah, 10 points in the paint already in the opening quarter. They've hit their last 2 triples, courtesy of Devin Kiernan and Sierra Chambers as well. But you could tell Tarleton starting to get gas there, where we went almost 4 minutes past the media timeout before the first whistle. Almost surprised Bill Brock didn't call a timeout sooner.
Yeah. But I think in this scenario right now, with 1:07 left in the first quarter, you have a chance to get back in a set defense and really force some pressure onto the Thunderbirds, especially outside the perimeter, because now they're comfortable. So you might want to watch the perimeter more on this little defensive drive.
Thunderbirds with the ball first out of the media timeout. Chambers, Kiernan, Doman, Anderson, and Banks, the new 5 for Southern Utah, as it's Doman in the left corner. She drives into the middle of the paint, dump off to Ashley Banks, who kicks back out Kiernan, left wing triple, in and out, and the rebound goes to Brackens and Tarleton. Out to Jacoria Long. Check that, Gia Adams with it, top of the key. Hands now to Long, driving left on Kiernan. Spin back right in the paint, push shot. Can't get the friendly roll. Banks crashes in the rebound for Southern Utah, handing off to Chambers. Chambers crosses the timeline on the right wing, trying to find Anderson on the block. Instead, they swing around the perimeter. Doman, left corner, back to Chambers, top of the key. No shot clock, 12 on the game clock here in the opening quarter. Chambers takes a screen from Banks going left. Crossover dribble, gets into the lane. Spin around Engelman. Nice pivot step there, and back to a right hand for the bucket. 7 first quarter points for Sierra Chambers gives Southern Utah a 20-11 lead after 10 minutes of play. We'll have the second quarter after this. You're listening to Thunderbird Women's Basketball here live on Thunder 91.
Wilson Orthodontics has been serving Cedar City for more than 31 years. Child and adult orthodontics are available at 66 West Harding Avenue, Suite A, and they're also open on Saturdays. Wilson Orthodontics has offices in Parowan and Beaver. Cody Wilson, creating smiles you won't want to cover with a mask. 435-586-8980. That's 586-8980. Wilson Orthodontics. Family discounts are available. Township Pharmacy is located near the hospital just off Main Street, and Bullock's Drug is downtown. Each pharmacy can fill your prescriptions, and they're happy to bring this broadcast your way. Curbside service available or inside the pharmacy. Township Pharmacy.
Chrysalis is looking for people who want to make a difference by joining their team of direct support professionals. Team members provide supported living services and become mentors, coaches, and friends. They make lasting memories, participate in fun activities, and help individuals reach their goals and become more independent. Chrysalis offers competitive pay and flexible schedules. More information and the online application are available at chrysalis.care. That's chrysalis.care.
Hermes Drive-In is happy to sponsor youth activities in our area. They are located just north of the City Park on Main Street. Hermes features burgers, shakes, fries, and soft drinks, and a variety of other items, including scones. Hermes Drive-In, 294 North Main Street, Cedar City.
You're listening to Thunder 91. Now back to the game.
Welcome back inside the AFEC, where Southern Utah holds on to a 20-11 lead over Tarleton State as we get set for the second quarter. Dallin Richards, JC Rockhill alongside me for Southern Utah. It was a big 7-0 run to end that first quarter. A lot of that on the back of Sierra Chambers. 7 first quarter points. You love the aggression early.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And I want to talk about that last offensive drive in particular from Sierra Chambers, because she had the ball the entire time on that last drive. She drove into the paint, saw the mismatch that she's had with Engelman, and the mismatch that Sierra Chambers has inside, she's going to make up for it with speed and agility. She went around the world right there down low in the paint and got 2 points out of it.
Chambers with it to start the second quarter, but a moving screen against Ashley Banks is the third turnover of the night for the Thunderbirds to give it to Tarleton. Doman, Kiernan, and Anderson, the other 3 Thunderbirds on the court. Willis, Long, Adams, Brackens, and Lubert, the 5 for the Texans to start the second quarter. As they swing around the perimeter, and it's a moving screen party as the Texans commit one there with Jacoria Long. So each team 1 possession, each team 1 moving screen here in the second quarter.
Yep.
As now it will be Chambers to bring the ball up against the pseudo full court pressure for Tarleton State as Chambers loses it into the hands of Devin Kiernan though, to maintain possession to Anderson, left elbow. She drives on Brackens to the block, right back to Chambers, but she shuffled the feet first, and it's a travel. We go right back to Tarleton State, 30 seconds into this second quarter, as we swing turnover for turnover to start this second period. Swinging around the perimeter, it stops with Long, top of the key, guarded by Doman, driving right, out to Adams, crossover dribble on Kiernan, pull up 14-footer is short, the rebound to Kiernan, who gets pushed out of bounds, and it draws the foul against Gia Adams. That is her first foul, the second on Tarleton here in the second quarter. Southern Utah with the ball back, looking for the first points here of the second quarter, 9:13 to go. It will be Chambers bringing the ball up, guarded by Long in the full court. Chambers takes a screen from Anderson going left, gets all the way to the block, kick back out to Anderson. She now drives left into the lane, loses it on the way out. The rebound, or goes out the last touch by Jacoria Long. It stays with the Thunderbirds as we get Morgan Triguero in for the first time tonight for Southern Utah. Courtney Doman, a rare breather on the bench for Southern Utah. 15 on the shot clock.
I think this is as good as an area as ever to sub in Triguero in this situation, because on these inbound passes, the baseline to get very creative, and she's a very good three-point threat.
She gets it on the left wing, but Tarleton's ready. No shot goes. It resets with Chambers. 8 on the shot clock. Takes a screen right from Banks. Pull up right elbow, short. Rebound to Denver Anderson, though. Pump fake, put back, no. Rebound goes out of bounds. Last touch by Brackens. It stays with Southern Utah again. Reset the shot clock to 20 as the Thunderbirds get a third opportunity on this possession. Chambers will inbound. We're still 20-11. Thunderbirds on top. 8:42 to go in the second quarter. Chambers gets the ball back after the inbound. Triguero to the left corner now. Anderson hands to Chambers, top of the key. Thought about the triple, instead drives left on Long. Draws the foul on the scoop shot. It doesn't fall. Sarah Chambers to the free throw line for the first time tonight, though, for Southern Utah.
Yeah, Tarleton State, they're going to have to watch for this all night long because Chambers, as you mentioned, she is so deadly on these drive-ins and finishes with the left hand. So really the only way that you can defend that against Chambers is just go up and make sure your arms are straight, because otherwise she's going to make some free throws on you.
First attempts of the evening for Chambers and Southern Utah as she knocks down the first. 8 points to lead all scorers here early for Sierra Chambers. She has a chance for one more here. She goes 1 for 2. The rebound to Jones and Tarleton State as they look to go to Lubert against Banks. Has to kick back out as they reset Brackens, top of the key. Driving right on Anderson, gets it stripped from behind by Devin Kiernan as Kiernan's out on the run. Stops at the elbow, back to Chambers. Anderson, left wing triple. Yes! Denver Anderson's first points off the bench, and it forces Bill Brock to call timeout. Southern Utah with a 24-11 lead here, 8:05 to go in the Chrysalis second quarter. As just a 30-second timeout, we'll keep this one here. Become a mentor, a teacher, a friend at chrysalis.care. Dallin Richards, JC Rockhill alongside me. And if you're Southern Utah, you couldn't have asked for a better start to this game on both ends of the court.
Yeah, it definitely is. And that last defensive drive right there by the Thunderbirds is the pinnacle of it right there, because Devin Kiernan, she is such a dynamic defensive player outside the perimeter. If you drive to that wing on the side that she's on in the man defense, you got to be ready to secure the ball, because she's going to pick your pocket. We saw it right there and just get an easy 3 points out of it.
2 steals already tonight for the freshman as She typically guards a lot of on-ball. Her and Courtney Dolman each pick up the two best guards for the opposing team's night in and night out, but the help side defense there leads to the fast break, and I like going into the lane, collapsing the Texans defense there on the fast break for the true freshman, and then have the awareness to kick it back out to your point guard to set up a wide open wing triple.
Yeah, definitely, and you want to be prepared for that because now the Texans defense, they're going to get comfortable down inside the paint, crashing down on you because they're expecting those drive-ins and easy layups. So when you lose track of that sort of player outside the perimeter, we saw Denver Anderson right there just waiting patiently. Eventually the ball finds her, and she's able to get an easy triple.
And if you're Southern Utah, you also have to you have 6 assists on those 10 made field goals so far tonight. Those 6 assists, though, Tarleton as a team has made 5 field goals.
5 field goals. How many assists does Tarleton State have in this game?
They have 3 so far.
Okay.
But Southern Utah defensively hasn't allowed many easy shots. Everything contested around. They're 1 of 5 from outside. Southern Utah 3 of 6. And 3 different Thunderbirds have made a triple as well, which is a big factor, as Devin Kiernan has been leading the way the last couple games for Southern Utah. It's nice to see other Thunderbirds starting to get a rhythm back outside.
Yeah, definitely, because it just provides so many more weapons for these point guards when they make those drive-ins, obviously. You know, the defense is going to collapse, like we mentioned. So to see different Thunderbird Thunderbird players get opportunities like Denver Anderson, I'm expecting more Morgan Triguero to get going from the three-point range. So you have all sorts of weapons at the arsenal for your point guards when they're driving in, and they can also dump the ball off underneath as well if the three-point shot isn't attempted.
Coming out of the timeout, Tarleton will have the ball. 8:05 to go in the first half. Chambers, Kiernan, Triguero, Anderson, and Banks, the 5 Thunderbirds. Willis, Jones, Adams, Myers, and Lubert, the 5 for the Texans. They bring the ball across the perimeter with Adams to Myers, free throw line extended. Lubert left block, goes left on Banks, spin back right, blocked by Ashley Banks. And it goes into the hands of Sierra Chambers. The Southern Utah looks to run. Cross court, Triguero, right corner, triple, too strong. Rebound tipped out to Chambers, top of the key to reset. Drive, pull up from the free throw line, in and out. Lubert comes away with the rebound for Tarleton State. Up to Adams as she looks to go coast to coast. Kicks out to the left corner with Jones. Back to Adams, now right corner, guarded by Triguero. Takes a screen left to Lubert. And now Willis, left wing, guarded by Chambers. Step back triple off the top of the glass. Rebound fought for and won by Myers, but she hit the deck. It's a travel. It's the 7th Texan turnover here in the first half. A big reason why Southern Utah has the 13-point lead.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, this defense has been completely lights out inside the paint all night. But on that drive, it was the perimeter defense that came in the clutch right there, because you're forcing everybody outside of the three-point line and uncomfortable shots as well.
Anderson left wing, this time drives left on Myers, kicks back to Kiernan to reset. 15 on the shot clock for Southern Utah, under 7 minutes to go, second quarter. Triguero right corner, takes a screen left from Banks. Pick and roll to Ashley Banks, gets Myers in the air, Lubert blocks it from behind. Back out to Chambers left corner, short on the triple. And the rebound goes to Jones and Tarleton State. The Texans look to run. Gia Adams now right wing. Swing across now, Myers. Back to Jones left corner, driving baseline on Triguero, up and in for the layup. Great drive there, 24-13 the Thunderbird lead, now 6:20 to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, and those are big time points for the Texans right now. I think that's what they're going to look for right now, those easy 2 points, get back on defense, get stopped, and then do the same thing over again.
Kiernan falls to the deck on the 15-foot jumper, no foul, and the rebound goes to Gia Adams as they look to run. Willis, right wing triple, in and out. Lubert gets the offensive rebound, up and over Banks for the putback. The lead down to 9 for Southern Utah. As Doman, Feely, and Urick sit at the scorer's table awaiting to check in. 2.5 minute scoring drought for the Thunderbirds as they look to answer. Chambers driving right, stops at the elbow. Kick out to Anderson in the left corner. 20 on the shot clock. And Triguero gets a backcourt violation off an errant pass from Denver Anderson. So that allows the starters for Southern Utah back into the game. Aside from Morgan Triguero stays in, Devin Kiernan gets a breather for Southern Utah.
Yeah, and that might be a problem outside in the perimeter defense right there. So you might get a lot more open threes, or you're going to get a lot more defenders flying off their feet and giving up wide open driving lanes.
24-15, Southern Utah still on top of Tarleton here in the AFEC. 5.5 to go, second quarter. They go straight into the lane on the drive, and one opportunity for Gia Adams as she goes through the body of Courtney Doman to draw the foul. Head to the free throw line for the first time here this evening, trying to cut the lead down to 6 with a made field goal here, or made free throw. Too strong, though, on the free throw. She gets her own miss all the way out in the right corner to reset, though, does Gia Adams. She drives left, scoop shot around Triguero, no. Doman gets the rebound for Southern Utah. Up to Triguero. They slow things down now with Chambers. Back to Doman. Over to Urich, left corner. Guarded by Luber. She drives into the lane, pulls up from the WAC logo short, gets her own miss, back out to Chambers. Top of the key, reset. Doman trying to find Feely down low. Instead they go Urich, top of the key, triple off front iron. Myers gets the rebound up to Adams for Tarleton as they look to run. Now Jones, right corner, back over now. Cross court, Willis, left wing, guarded by Triguero. Right back to Jones on the right wing, guarded by Chambers. Kick out Gia Adams, right corner, guarded by Courtney Doman. Takes a screen going left, stops at the elbow, has to reset Jones. Top of the key, drives left, spin back right on Chambers. Pull up from the WAC logo, rolls around the rim and off. And the rebound to Brooklyn Feely for the Thunderbirds. Chambers with it for Southern Utah, setting up the half-court offense. She drives left, kicks out to Doman, left corner. Nearly lost it, throws it off the leg of Gia Adams. It'll stay with Southern Utah. 4:16 to go here in the first half. 24-17, Southern Utah with the lead and the ball. 17 on the shot clock as Courtney Doman will inbound in front of the Tarleton bench in that coffin corner. Inbound gets stolen away by Myers, out to Gia Adams looking to run for the Texans. Stops in the left corner, resets the half-court offense. Now goes right back into the paint, dump to Luber on the left block. Out to Jones, right back to Luber, guarded by Feely. Goes middle of the paint, over Feely, can't get the hook shot to fall. Triguero gets the rebound for Southern Utah, up to Chambers. Chambers to Triguero, thought about a deep triple, instead drives right into the lane, scoop shot, no. Luber gets the rebound for Tarleton, her 6th of the evening. We stay at 24-17. It's a 6-0 run for Tarleton, make it 8-0 as Jones pulls up from the left elbow, gets the bucket to fall. Inbound pass nearly gets stolen as Devin Kiernan checks back in for Southern Utah, but it was knocked out of bounds by Willis. So Southern Utah maintains possession as they try to stop an 8-0 Tarleton run over the last 3 minutes. Southern Utah's missed their last 7 shots from the field.
Yeah, and it's really just been the consistency of the Texans on this one, just the relentless and suffocating defenses that we've seen thus far, just making sure that the hands are in the passing lane, deflecting the ball, forcing turnovers, getting back on the offensive end and getting those 2 points like I mentioned earlier. I think at this point, Tarleton State is a lot more bolder. They're going to go for the 3 points right now and try to tie the game or take the lead.
Chambers brings the ball across the timeline for Southern Utah, leading by 5. 3:20 to go, second quarter, as Kiernan gets it stolen away on the left wing. And it stays here with Tarleton after an inadvertent whistle. So turnover number 7 for Southern Utah, gives it right back to Tarleton. Looking to add to that 8-0 run as they've gotten back into this ball game here over the last few minutes. Engelman, right elbow, hands off to Jones, driving left on Doman, spin back on the left block, kick out to Willis. She drives on Kiernan, back to Jones, right wing. 10 on the shot clock as they go to Engelman, overthrower though, out of bounds. And it's a Tarleton turnover to give the ball right back to Southern Utah. 2:53 to go in the first half. Southern Utah trying to break the Texans defense. Devin Kiernan bringing the ball up for Southern Utah. Gets across the timeline. Swings to Urich, top of the key, and draws a foul against Myers on the drive. No shot the fourth foul against Tarleton here in the second quarter. No free throws yet. Southern Utah will inbound in front of the scores table with Courtney Doman.
Yeah, we saw what happened last time when you're inbounding from the sideline. Turn the ball over.
Urich, top of the key. Looking for help, finds Chambers left wing. She drives right, kick back out Feely, right corner. She drives down the baseline, dump off to Urich on the left block. Contested layup up and in for Ava Urich. She's up to 8 points rather, and it's a 7-point Thunderbird lead. 2:20 to go in the first half. Moving screen against Tarleton State. The theme of the night for these two teams. That foul goes against Bunton, her first. And it gives the ball back to Southern Utah. 2:16 to go in the Chrysalis second quarter. Southern Utah with a 26-19 lead. What's turned into a defensive battle here in the second quarter. Southern Utah looking to break the pressure, and a foul in the backcourt goes against Rinders. Not what you want to do, as that's 5 team fouls. Devin Kiernan makes the long walk to the opposite end of the court for free throws.
Yeah. And that was just in the opening seconds of Rinders checking in right there, so not the way you want to start her night.
In a game that's been, the officials have allowed to play pretty loosely here so far. Just the third and fourth free throws for Southern Utah. Tarleton just 1 free throw attempt so far in the first half, as Kiernan can't get the bounce on the first free throw. Hit a triple in the first quarter. Goes 0 for 2 from the line. Rinders' foul doesn't cost Tarleton as she gets the rebound off the miss. They swing around the perimeter. Stops with Engelman, top of the key. Handoff to Jones along the right wing, guarded by Feely now. Picks up the dribble, swings to Engelman, top of the key. Now Willis driving right, stops at the free throw line, gets the friendly roll for her first bucket. 26-21 Thunderbird lead as they look to run. Kiernan left wing, goes to the block, guarded by Rinders. Turnaround jumper up and in for the freshman. Get the lead right back up to 7.
Great response after going 0-2 from the free throw line right there. Just drive in and get a 2-easy bucket.
Engelman, top of the key for Tarleton. Hands off to Jones. Crossover dribble at the free throw line, has to reset. Now Willis, right wing, thought about the triple, swings to Rinders, left corner. Off the glass, no. Chambers with the rebound for Southern Utah. She goes coast to coast down the right side. Dump off to Urich, left block. Power dribble, right-handed hook shot up and in for Ava Urich. She's the first Thunderbird in double digits with 10. 60 seconds left here in the first half. It's a 9-point Thunderbird lead. Rinders left wing, guarded by Kiernan. Takes the screen going right, kicks over to Jones on the right wing. Back to Engelman, top of the key. Rinders left wing, 8 on the shot clock. Takes a screen, needs help. Willis, top of the key, step back triple. Off the glass, no. Kiernan comes away with it for Southern Utah, up to Chambers, who looks to go herself. Finds Urich on the right block, guarded by Myers. Power dribble once again, pump fake, push shot, no. Lots of contact, no foul. As Urich hits the deck, Tarleton gets the rebound and can hold for the final shot of the first half, which it looks like Willis will elect to do for the Texans. Down to 10 on the game clock, guarded by Chambers. Takes the screen from Engelman, gets the switch. Now they swing around. Jones, right wing triple, short. And Dolman gets the rebound to end the first half. So Southern Utah wins the defensive battle in half number 1. They lead 30-21 over Tarleton State. We'll take a break and come back with the Township Pharmacy and Bullock Drug halftime report after this. You're listening to Southern Utah Women's Basketball Live on Thunder 91.
This is Adam from Levitt Group Insurance. Thank you, SUU, for allowing us to be a part of this great community. We are honored to be your exclusive insurance sponsors and wish all our athletes the best this year. Levitt Group Insurance, proudly representing auto owners insurance, will provide you with great rates for all your insurance needs. For more information or to get a quote, please visit us at levitt.com/SUU. From all of us at Levitt Group Insurance and Auto Owners Insurance, thanks for the opportunity to serve you.
Since 1956, Les Olson IT has been behind the scenes, powering the people and businesses that make Utah thrive. 10 years ago, we expanded into IT and became Utah's trusted managed service provider, rooted in reliability, powered by innovation. Les Olson IT, celebrating 10 years of keeping Utah connected. Les Olson IT, providing solutions that empower your business.
Les Olson IT.
What can you find at Mountain Lighting? A great selection of light fixtures and ceiling fans from top names in lighting like Visual Comfort, Savoy House, Kichler, and many more. And with our price match guarantee, you can rest assured you'll not only find great quality, but great value as well. Looking for home decor items and accessories? Yeah, we've got all that. From furniture to wall decor, including paintings, mirrors, clocks. We've got pillows and other unique home decor items. So come to Mountain Lighting for all your lighting and home decor needs.
Welcome back inside the AFEC, where Southern Utah holds a 30-21 lead over Tarleton at the halftime break. You're listening to Southern Utah women's basketball on Thunder 91. Dallin Richards, JC Rockhill alongside me as we get started in the Township Pharmacy and Bullock's Drug halftime report. Township Pharmacy is located near the hospital just off Main Street, and Bullock's Drug is downtown at 91 North Main. Southern Utah, hot start offensively to start this game. The defense, though, has allowed them to hold on to this 9-point lead.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, you saw the Texans really get the edge right there late in the second quarter. You know, thankfully the Thunderbird defense was able to step up in the clutch right there and get a few stops and able to maintain their lead, get a few points of their own. So I think going forward right now for the Thunderbirds, you have to focus on the defensive end first, really force some stops, force some pressure on the Texans, get back on offense and get some quick points like we just saw in the first quarter. And
for Southern Utah, it was a 20-point first quarter, just a 10-point second quarter, but they held the Texans to just 10 points that second quarter as well. If you're Southern Utah, you went 25% from the field in that second quarter. You can't allow that to affect how you play defense, though, in the second half. You have to stay physical on the defensive end, especially the way the officials have let this one play out so far through 20 minutes of play. But you can't allow poor shooting offensively to affect how you play defensively in the second half.
Yeah, you cannot let your shooting percentages affect you whatsoever. Just move on to the next defensive drive, fight for the defensive rebound, and then get back on offense and just get as many shots as you can. Whether they're from the perimeter or inside the paint, you just want to get points in general, get out some shots, and if you miss it, you miss it. Just get back on defense and do the same process over and over again. So mentally for the Thunderbirds, you got to have that sort of mindset. Just continue to do your job the best you can.
Yeah, for Southern Utah, offensively, they've been led by Ava Urich with 10 points. Sarah Chambers has 8 points as well with 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Brooklyn Feely just 2 points, but 5 rebounds, 4 assists. She's made her presence known, even if it's not scoring the basketball, and a lot of that is the amount of focus that the Texans have put on number 4 in White when she's touched the ball on the block.
Yeah, and it's given us so many more opportunities for the other Thunderbirds that are on the court right now. We've seen Kiernan step up offensively. Sierra Chambers, she's been so dynamic tonight from the point guard position. She is very, very good, precise with her passes in this one. She's had a phenomenal night. So a lot of credit goes to the attention that Brooklyn Feely draws, like you mentioned.
And if you're Southern Utah as well, have to be happy. 7 first half turnovers, not a huge number. It started to creep up a little bit in the second quarter in the middle chunk, but they started to clean that back up once again. They forced 9 Texan turnovers, though, in the first half. You couple that with a poor shooting night for the Texans, that's how Southern Utah held on to a 9-point lead despite a struggle offensively in the second quarter.
Yeah, and I want to focus on those 9 turnovers that they forced because they were especially physical inside the paint. Like we saw that whenever Lobert got the ball inside, she would go up, and if she missed it, then the Thunderbirds are going to get the rebound. But whenever Lobert doesn't go up at the ball and go up for points, she's going to get her pocket picked, and that's been the clutch for the Thunderbirds all night.
Yeah, for Tarleton State, it's been Kyriana Jones leading the way with 8 points. for the Texans. The next leading scorer is Gia Adams at just 4 points, but Southern Utah has done a good job of keeping Jacoria Long, who's scoreless so far, through 20 minutes, and Gia Adams those 4 points off of 7 field goal attempts. Tracy Mason has to be happy with the defense, especially that Courtney Dolman and Devin Kieran have done against those two in particular.
Oh yeah, we talked about them in the pregame, how dynamic they are. They're especially dynamic when they're guarding outside the perimeter, because if you go to that side at the wing, then Kieran's either going to contest it or at least stick on the offensive player like a Nat and really just kind of force a lot of pressure on him.
Here in Cedar City, it's a 9-point Thunderbird lead at the half. We'll take a break and come back and we'll look around the WAC and the WAC standings as of tonight in the Township Pharmacy and Bullock Drug halftime report. You're listening to Thunderbird Women's Basketball live on Thunder 91.
Township Pharmacy is located near the hospital just off Main Street, and Bullock's Drug is downtown. Each pharmacy can fill your prescriptions, and they're happy to bring this broadcast your way. Curbside service available or inside the pharmacy. Township Pharmacy. Brad's Food Hut is happy to present this broadcast. Brad's is a traditional fixture in Cedar City and features the Bronco Burger, fish and chips, grilled cheese, and grilled turkey sandwiches, chicken sandwiches, shakes, and of course, soft drinks. Brad's is located on North Main Street in Cedar City.
Chrysalis is looking for people who want to make a difference by joining their team of direct support professionals. Team members provide supported living services and become mentors, coaches, and friends. They make lasting memories, participate in fun activities, and help individuals reach their goals and become more independent. Chrysalis offers competitive pay and flexible schedules. More information and the online application are available at chrysalis.care. That's chrysalis.care.
Hermes Drive-In is happy to sponsor youth activities in our area. They are located just north of the City Park on Main Street. Hermes features burgers, shakes, fries, and soft drinks, and a variety of other items, including scones. Hermes Drive-In, 294 North Main Street, Cedar City.
You're listening to Thunder 91. Now back to the game.
Welcome back inside the AFEC, where Southern Utah holds a 30-21 lead over Tarleton State here in the AFEC at the Township Pharmacy and Bullock Drug halftime report. Pleased to serve you, the Cedar City community. I'm Dallin Richards. That's JC Rockhill alongside me, and I might sound like a broken record at this point in the season, but every game is important in WAC play. You play a team 3 times in the regular season. Seeding's so important for the WAC tournament, where the top 2 seeds have a bye to the semifinal, along with avoiding the 6-7 matchup for those other teams. Southern Utah, all but all is out of that 6-7 game on Wednesday, but fighting for a bye to the semifinals with California Baptist and Abilene Christian, who sit atop the Western Athletic Conference standings. But you look around the WAC, Abilene Christian is idle here tonight before they travel to Cedar City to take on the Thunderbirds Sunday afternoon. But you have Utah Valley on the road at California Baptist right now, up 14-7 late in the first quarter of that one, and it's been all UT Arlington down in St. George early on. A 14-0 lead for the Mavericks over at the Trailblazers. They're about halfway through the first quarter, and if you're Southern Utah, that score in Riverside is one you're watching closely. Obviously, you have to take care of your own business as well, but a regular season finale against California Baptist, if Southern Utah takes care of business before that point, could be for the regular season title.
Yeah, definitely. So with California Baptist, I definitely think this is a wide open conference in terms of the top 3 teams. No doubt. The Thunderbirds, they've beaten California Baptist like twice this year, so you're definitely watching this game, keeping up with California Baptist and where they're going to stand at the end of this night.
And of course, Southern Utah and CBU have split their season series so far at 1 game apiece. The road team winning each of those, the regular season finale in Riverside.
Yeah.
That might bode better for Southern Utah.
Yeah.
As strange as that sounds. And then the matchup on Sunday against Abilene Christian as well, who currently sits in second, a game ahead of Southern Utah. in the WAC standings, but also split a game apiece. The home team, though, winning each of those first two matchups. And right now you have UT Arlington and Utah Tech in the 6-7. The UT Arlington tied with Utah Valley for the 5 seed. Tarleton State with a couple game cushion against those teams before falling down to the 6-7 matchup. And boy, as excited as I am for the rest of the regular season, I couldn't be more excited to be down in the Orleans Arena a couple weeks into March for the WAC Vegas tournament.
I mean, you and I are two peas in a pod. I'm just as excited, I think it's going to be an absolute incredible tournament because of how many incredible plays that we've seen from all of these teams as well. I mean, they have all of their superstars. I mean, they're just getting ready to go at that point.
And you look at the way this conference has gone, and you're playing a team once you get to the Orleans Arena for a 4th time in the season. You look even a team like Utah Tech, who's 1-12 and have lost 9 in a row. Almost all of their games have been close games. They just haven't been able to find a way to get the close victory. Not necessarily a team, though, that shoots the three-pointer as much and as often as Utah Tech would you want to face in a tournament win-or-go-home setting.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Utah Tech, you just mentioned it. They've been in those close games. So for UT Arlington right now, we're playing them, I think it would be just such a huge bounce back for them if they were to win against Utah Tech by a decent margin.
As we continue with the Township Pharmacy and Bullock Drug halftime report, we'll take a final break and we'll get JC's adjustments for the second half coming up after this. You're listening to Thunderbird Women's Basketball here live on Thunder 91.
With food that's made from scratch and fresh to order, Hermes Drive-In has options that every member of your family will enjoy. From your favorite burgers and fries to sandwiches, drinks, shakes, and more. Hermes is centrally located and easy to find at 294 North Main Street, just north of the City Park. Serving you and our community for more than 45 years, Hermes Drive-In is a proud sponsor of our students and athletes.
You want a job that makes a difference in the world. So join the Chrysalis team. Chrysalis is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So we have flexible schedules for everyone. College student? No problem. Extra job? You got it. But what if you're looking for a career path? Absolutely. Chrysalis has mornings, days, and grave shifts available. Get paid to have fun, go to movies, share your talents, and make a difference. At Chrysalis, you are a mentor, a teacher, and a friend. Apply online at chrysalis.care.
Kabuto, Southern Utah's #1 sushi and ramen restaurant. Make sure to stop in, students, Monday through Friday, 11 to 3 p.m. for student specials. Follow us at Kabuto, Utah for special events and giveaways.
Township Pharmacy and Bullock's Drug offer the service of a local pharmacy with a personal touch. Traditional quality service with modern-day conveniences. Township Pharmacy is located near the hospital just off North Main Street, and Bullock's Drug is downtown at 91 North Main. Both have trained pharmacists to take care of your pharmaceutical needs and fill your prescriptions. Township Pharmacy and Bullock's Drug are happy to serve you and to support our local athletes.
Bullock Drug strives to be the very best pharmacy in Cedar City. We want you to be a part of our team. As a valued customer and patient, we will provide you with the best professional pharmacy service. Join with us and be a part of our team. Bullock Drug, 91 North Main in historic downtown Cedar City.
Welcome back inside the AFEC as we get set for the third quarter of play between Southern Utah and Tarleton State. Down Richards, JC Rockhill alongside me. Southern Utah with a 9-point lead at the Township Pharmacy and Bullock Drug halftime report. If your head coach Bill Brock, if you would have told him your team has 9 turnovers, they're shooting 34% from the field, 10% from the three-point line.
Yeah.
You're only down 9, which almost feels like a win in itself.
Yeah, at this point in the game, if you're looking in the second half to not let the Thunderbirds get off to a hot start, like right now, that you're just looking to get defensive stops right now and improve your percentages on the offensive end. So it's going to start on defense for the Texans. I think at this point on offense, they're definitely going to look inside the paint once again, chip away at this lead and steadily tie or take the lead and then just maintain that possession, hold the ball, don't turn the ball over. As you mentioned, they have 9 turnovers in the game. So if you're the Texans, hold on to the ball when you're on offense, take the ball away when you're you're on defense.
If you're Southern Utah, you're up by 9. Head coach Tracy Mason in the locker room. What are you telling your team to hold on to this lead that you had for all 20 minutes of that first half?
Be prepared for just about anything on defense, honestly. If you're outside the perimeter and you're in a man defense, make sure your closeouts are on point. And if you're more collapsing inside the paint, be ready to go up with your hands and contest the shots, and then be ready to box out and get defensive rebounds.
As we get you set for the Wilson Orthodontics third quarter. It is Tarleton with the ball to start the third quarter as the starting lineup for Southern Utah is back out there. Chambers, Kiernan, Doman, Urick, and Feely for the Thunderbirds. It's the starters for the Texans as well, with Jones, Long, Adams, Lyles, and Lubert.
Yeah, we haven't seen Lyles in quite a minute here, so I'm wondering how they're going to use her.
They start with Jacoria Long. Now back to Lyles, top of the key, trying to find Lubert, and a foul away from the basketball against Brooklyn Feely, battling for position. That's just her first foul, the first against Southern Utah here in the third quarter, 9 seconds in. As it's baseline out for Tarleton. They go Lubert, middle of the paint, right back to Gia Adams, backs it out to the right wing, to Lubert, right block, spins left on Feely, up and over for the easy layup. 6 points, 6 rebounds so far for the freshman, the lead down to 7. Urick, top of the key, driving right on Lyles. Backdoor cut from Courtney Doman. Dump off to Feely, into Lubert. Gets it blocked as Lubert stayed vertical. Now up to Adams. Cross court, left wing triple, too strong there from Jones as Urick comes away with the rebound. Over to Kiernan in the left corner, now reset. Chambers, Feely, top of the key. Now Urick on the right block, faces Lyles, takes a power dribble into the middle of the paint. Spin back right, push shot up and in for Ava Urick. She's up to 12 points to lead all scorers. The lead is 9 for Southern Utah.
Yeah, and that was a great move inside the paint right there by Urick, just staying patient, working her way in, bruises her way down, and gets a nice little finesse spin move for an easy 2 points.
Gia Adams pulls up from the free throw line for the mid-range jumper for Tarleton to get the lead back down to 7. 32-25, 8:40 to go, third quarter. Feely left elbow, swings to Chambers, top of the key, takes a screen from Urick going right, pick and pop with Urick. Now she drives into the lane. Euro steps through the lane, up and in, over Lubert for the layup. As she hits the deck, once again, no whistle. Ava Urick, though, 14 points. The lead is 9 for Southern Utah. Lyles, top of the key, over to Jones on the right wing, guarded by Chambers, trying to get the ball down low to Lubert. They get it to her on the right block, right back out to Jacoria Long in the right corner, guarded by Doman, gets her in the air, driving baseline, loses it as Doman pokes it from behind into the hands of Feely, up to Chambers. Chambers slows things down to Doman, left wing. Feely, top of the key, trying to get the ball down low to Ava Urick, the hot hand. They get it to her on the left block. Nice give and go. Easy layup for Brooklyn Feely. Just too fast against the bigger Lubert, and Bill Brock calls timeout. 7:48 to go here in the third quarter. We'll take the timeout as well. Southern Utah up by 11, 36-25, 7:48 to go. The rest of the third quarter after this. You're listening to Thunderbird Women's Basketball live on Thunder 91.
That was a really good play design right there on the left wing.
And make some noise for a cowboy and throw.
Welcome back inside the AFEC, where Southern Utah has a 36-25 lead over the Thunderbirds, or over the Texans rather, excuse me. 7:48 to go here in the Wilson Orthodontics third quarter. Dr. Cody Wilson has provided generations of hometown smiles, serving our community for more than 30 years. Down Richard, Stacey Rockhill alongside me, and offensively a good start for Southern Utah. Ava Urick in a rhythm early, and then you see the effect it has being able to find Brooklyn Feely on that backdoor cut.
Oh yeah, most definitely. On that last offensive drive, we saw Ava Urick. She's outside the perimeter with the ball with the defender right in her face. So what does she do? She decides to use her basketball IQ, go inside Brooklyn Feely at the high post right there on the left wing, and then make a cut of her own. And again, once again, find Feely and to just get an easy bucket.
And that's where Southern Utah has the advantage against the bigger 6'6" Lubert. Hard to just post her up straight up with undersized bigs in Feely and Urick, each just listed at 6 foot. But when you can get Lubert out on the perimeter trying to keep up with Brooklyn Feely or Ava Urick making those backdoor cuts, that's where the points in the paint become apparent for Southern Utah as they lead that battle 22-18 so far.
Yeah, and to Lubert's credit, she is a phenomenal basketball player, very strong, very sturdy inside the paint, but as you just mentioned, once you get her outside the perimeter, that's going to be the weakness all night, and as long as Lubert is out on the floor in a man defense, the Thunderbirds are going to use that to their advantage, just expose it as much as they can and get 2 easy points on every drive.
Ava Urick leading all scorers with 14 points. Chambers the next behind her with 8. Jones with 8 to lead the Texans, but Ava Urick hasn't forced anything tonight. She's taken 11 shots, but everything's been within the offense and being aggressive when needed most.
Yeah, definitely.
As she'll stay on the court for Southern Utah, it stays the starting 5 in Chambers, Kiernan, Doman, and Urick along with Feely down low. Will be Tarleton State ball coming out of the Bill Brock timeout as they bring it up with Adams as they now swing across the court to Jones. Back to Myers, just checked in out of the timeout to Adams, right wing. Crossover on Kiernan, kick all the way back out to Brackens, top of the key. Hand off to Long. Trying to drive left on Doman, backs back out top of the key. Drives left again, contested layup, no. Rebound to Brackens, put back up and in on the offensive rebound. 36-27, 7:15 to go. Southern Utah wastes no time getting the ball to Feely on the right block. Back to Chambers, right wing, triple short. Feely gets the rebound though for Southern Utah. Hands to Chambers down the baseline, out to Urick, left elbow. Drives right, Feely, right elbow. Drives into the free throw line, picket, pocket, up and over, no. Over Brackens and the rebound to Jacoria Long as she looks to run for Tarleton. Guarded by Doman, gets into the lane, going left, too strong on the layup. Urick gets the rebound for Southern Utah, up to Doman. Courtney Doman to Devin Kiernan, right corner triple, right in front of the Southern Utah bench, bottles in for her second triple. She now has 8 points as well. The lead back up to 12 for the Thunderbirds, 6:30 to go, third quarter.
Yeah, and it's really just an instant replay of what we saw in the first half right there. We see all the defenders for the Texans just drop in and contest the paint shot off of that drive. So for the Thunderbirds, it's just going to be drive and kick if those opportunities present themselves.
As Jones airballs just inside the three-point line from the right wing. The rebound to Devin Kiernan. Now Urick on the right block. Finds a cutting Feely. Can't convert the left-handed layup. The rebound goes to Gia Adams for Tarleton. Looking to go coast to coast into the chest of Kiernan, who blocks it away out of bounds. Stays with Tarleton. 24 on the shot clock. Baseline out for the Texans.
Yeah, and I'm anxious to see what sort of set that they're going to come out with in this inbounds right now. You get so creative because you have Gia Adams, your leading scorer, and then you got Jacory Long out there.
They go to Brackens. Left elbow, 15-footer up and in over Urick. The lead down to 10 for Southern Utah. Under 6 to go here, third quarter, as Chambers trots across the timeline. Swings to Kiernan, right corner, down to Feely, right block. Guarded by Myers, drives baseline, pump fake, no, doesn't get the layup to fall, but heads to the free throw line. A rarity here tonight, attempts 5 and 6 for Southern Utah, just 1 for Tarleton. They've allowed both teams to play physical down low, but both teams have adjusted well on the defensive end with that.
Yeah, and they've been very, very physically prepared as well for each other. Like, you can tell that they've played each other twice already, and they really know the styles of every player.
So Brooklyn Feely at the free throw line, her first attempts tonight. 4 points in the first half. She gets the friendly roll on the first. Adds 6 rebounds though and 4 assists so far for the Thunderbirds starting big. One more free throw coming up here for Feely. She goes 1 for 2. Brackens gets the rebound for Tarleton, up to Adams. Looking to go coast to coast, stops at the left elbow, hands to Willis, down to Lubert, middle of the paint, throws it to Brackens, who chases it down right corner. She'll take the triple, too strong. Doman gets the rebound for Southern Utah, out to Chambers as they look to run. Urick on the right block, guarded by Brackens. Takes a power dribble, now needs help with no dribble. Out to Feely, right wing, right back to Urich. Faces up Bracken. She'll pull up from 15 on the right corner. It's up and in for Ava Urich. She's up to 16 points. 42-29 Thunderbird lead halfway through the third quarter. And it's driving right down is Adams. She can't convert the left-handed layup as Southern Utah looks to run. Devin Kiernan open under the basket for the layup. A great find from Chambers on the secondary break. The lead now up to 15 for Southern Utah.
Great work running the floor right there by Devin Kiernan, just getting down the court as fast as you can and getting 2 easy points.
Kiernan in double digits now with 10 points. Lubert with it for the Texans, left elbow. Poke from behind, but it goes back out to Long on the right wing. Courtney Doman falls to the ground, no whistle. Bracken's open from the right wing and knocks down the triple to make Southern Utah pay for Doman hitting the deck. 44-32, Southern Utah leads, 4:15 to go in the third quarter. Urich, top of the key, drives right on Brackens, stops on the block to post up. No dribble, swings back to Chambers, right wing. Takes the screen from Urich, pulls up from the free throw line, and a foul is called as Brackens got Chambers on the arm on the block, and that was the right call, as it will send Chambers to the free throw line for a pair after the media timeout. 4:03 to go in the third quarter. Southern Utah leads by 12. We'll have the rest after this here live on Thunder 91.
Township Pharmacy is located near the hospital just off Main Street, and Bullock's Drug is downtown. Each pharmacy can fill your prescriptions, and they're happy to bring this broadcast your way. Curbside service available or inside the pharmacy. Township Pharmacy. Brad's Food Hut is happy to present this broadcast. Brad's is a traditional fixture in Cedar City and features the Bronco Burger, fish and chips, grilled cheese, and grilled turkey sandwiches, chicken sandwiches, shakes, and of course, soft drinks. Brad's is located on North Main Street in Cedar City. You're listening to KSUU Thunder 91. Now back to the game.
Welcome back inside the AFEC, where Southern Utah holds a 44-32 lead over Tarleton State on Western night, which I'm sure is a coincidence against the Texans.
Yeah.
4:03 to go here in the Wilson Orthodontics third quarter. Dallin Richards, JC Rockhill alongside me. Southern Utah here gotten back into a rhythm a little bit offensively in this third quarter, as they've shot 60% from the field. Sierra Chambers will be at the free throw line for a pair coming out of this timeout. But Southern Utah working the ball back inside and using backdoor cuts to counter against the size of Tarleton.
Yeah, and with those mismatches, I mentioned it earlier with Sierra Chambers in the first half, you know, what the Thunderbirds don't have in size, they're going to make up for in speed and agility. Those backdoor cuts are going to be so deadly down the stretch in this game.
As it's been the Ava Urich show here tonight. 16 points, 5 rebounds as she continues to climb the SUU regular all-time single-season rebound list along with career rebound list, as she cracked the top 10 in both categories in the win against UT Arlington. Leads the WAC in rebounds per game at just under 10 as well. And Ava Urich always says the better she rebounds, the better she plays offensively. Tonight, though, offense has been leading to those rebounds.
Yeah, definitely. So for Ava Urich in this one, because you're going against such a tall and agile team in the Texans, her rebounds mean so much more to the team overall as well. And now that you have Ashley Banks out there on the floor with her, that's going to be a deadly rebounding duo.
So Sierra Chambers at the line for Southern Utah. Bella Hassan in for the first time this afternoon. Courtney Doman, Ava Urich, and Ashley Banks, the other 5 Thunderbirds on the court. Chambers is short on the first free throw. A rarity now, just 1 of 3 from the foul line for the sophomore guard for Southern Utah. She goes 1 for 2. Lead up to 13 for Southern Utah. as Gia Adams brings the ball up for the Texans. Guarded by Bella Hassan, stops at the free throw line, out to Brackens, top of the key, down to Long, now Lubert, left block, guarded by Banks, spinning left and draws the foul against Ashley Banks, couldn't stay vertical. Tracy Mason wants to travel, but the foul across the arm happened first. That will send Elodie Lubert to the foul line for a pair. Freshman averages over 10 points and 7.5 rebounds per game. Gets a friendly roll on the first. She's up to 7 points. Just the second free throw attempt for the Texans as a team tonight. This next one from Lubert, the third, as she goes 1 for 2. Doman comes away with it for the Thunderbirds. Up to Chambers. Gonna go coast to coast, stops at the left elbow, back to Doman, right wing to Urick in the right corner. Backdoor cut from Chambers, middle of the paint, dump off to Banks, goes through Lubert, no foul. Doman chases down the loose ball, and Ava Urick commits a loose ball foul after Brackens comes away with the steal. Tracy Mason arguing for the same foul that Lubert got on the other end for Ashley Banks, but the officials don't blow the whistle. It will be side out for Tarleton after Ava Urick's foul, her first, the third on Southern Utah here in the third quarter, 3:32 to go. Thunderbirds lead by 12. Gia Adams to the right elbow, guarded by Urick. Now pulls up just inside the three-point line, short on the jumper. Urick comes away with her 6th rebound, out to Chambers. Doman left wing for Southern Utah. Back to Urick, top of the key. Over to Hassan, she drives left. Kick out Chambers left wing, who drives right. Back to now Urick on the left block. Guarded by Brackens, faces, gets to the middle of the paint. Lots of contact, no foul, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gia Adams. It stays here with Southern Utah. 5 on the shot clock. Baseline out for Southern Utah. We'll see what they draw up here. Just 5 on the shot clock. Lots of contact with no whistles coming on this end of the court for Southern Utah. Chambers will inbound.
Yeah, give the Texans credit right there. They've been extremely physical on defense on that drive alone, and give Gia Adams credit right there for trying to save the ball, but it just doesn't go her way.
Xavier Urick tries to go up and over Brackens with a hook shot late in the shot clock. It doesn't fall. The rebound to Tarleton as they look to run. Now Gia Adams slows things down on the right wing. Guarded by Hassan, stops at the free throw line. Lubert right wing, over to Long, stops at the free throw line, guarded by Chambers. Drifts back to the right wing, down to Lubert, right block. Guarded by Banks, gets triple teamed and throws it away. Courtside fans unable to make the catch, but it goes out of bounds. Turnover 11 for Tarleton State. 2:25 to go, third quarter. Thunderbirds have the ball, still leading by 12, 45-33, as Chambers trots across the timeline. Doman nearly loses on the right wing, and a foul is called against Lubert. The entire Southern Utah bench stands up in applause as they forgot the officials had a whistle on this end of the court.
Yeah, you're going to see it on the rebound right here. Ashley Banks, she is fighting with Lubert. And you see Lubert as she's getting ready to get her hand in the passing lane, just gets way too physical and checks Ashley Banks.
Chambers inbounds, baseline out to Hassan in the right corner. Now top of the key, driving left into the lane, gets it docked out of bounds, trying to find Chambers in the left corner, but it was last touched by Tarleton. Baseline out once again for Southern Utah. Chambers will inbound, 17 on the shot clock. All the way out to Banks, left elbow to Urick, middle of the paint, turnaround up and in, 5-foot floater. Ends a 2.5-minute field goal drought for the Thunderbirds, leading by 14. Swinging around the perimeter, and they now go to Lubert, left block, too good of position, in and out though on the layup against Banks, who gets the rebound for Southern Utah. Up to Chambers, now Hassan, left wing, driving right, gets into the middle of the lane. Backdoor cut from Doman, can't get the layup to fall, but Courtney Doman heads to the free throw line for a pair for Southern Utah. That's just great ball movement and a great cut from Courtney Doman, who Tracy Mason says is the best cutter on the team. You see it there.
Yeah, definitely. Like, it's basically like a wide receiver when you're on the football field and you're going up against a press corner. You just shed the defender immediately and get wide open. Doman was wide open right there at the baseline, and she was right there for Johnny on the spot for that pass.
Kiernan and Feely check back in for Southern Utah. Banks and Chambers head to the bench for the Thunderbirds with 1:42 to go in the third quarter. Bowman knocks down the first free throw. The sophomore from Crane, Oregon, now up to 3 points this afternoon. Make it 4 as she goes 2 for 2 from the foul line.
Yeah, that's the downside when you foul those quick cutting guards on those baseline cuts, because when you foul them, it's going to lead to those free throws. And when you have dynamic shooters like Doman and Chambers, they're going to make them the majority of the time.
49-33, Thunderbird lead over the Texans, 1:35 to go, third quarter. Swing around the perimeter, it stops with Willis, top of the key, now Engelman, right wing, hands off to Jones, driving baseline on Kiernan, has to kick back to Engelman, right wing, drives to the free throw line, now reset with Adams. Left wing triple, up and in for Gia Adams. Check that, that's Jacoria Long, her first points today. As Southern Utah has the ball back to Feely on the right block. Finds a cut in Urick. She can't control the pass though. And it goes to Tarleton as they look to run. Long on the right wing. Thought about the triple, instead drives left on Doman. Scoop shot up and in from Jacoria Long. 5 quick points after going scoreless for the first 29 minutes. 49-38, Southern Utah still on top. 16-second difference between the shot and game clock. Shot clock down to 20 here in the third quarter for the Thunderbirds. Kiernan to Urick, top of the key. Now Hassan down to Kiernan, left corner just inside the three-point line. Cross court, Urick, right wing. Driving on Brackens. Kick out Feely, right corner. Thought about the triple, drives baseline into the lane. And they call a travel as Brooklyn Feely slid the pivot foot there going up, expecting more contact than there was. The 11th turnover for Southern Utah. Tarleton can hold for the final shot here in the third quarter with 15 to go. It looks like that's what they will elect to do. As Willis brings the ball up, now drives left on Hassan, down to 5, Long, top of the key, pull-up jumper, in and out from deep. Feely corrals the rebound to send us to the fourth quarter. 30 minutes down, 10 to go. Southern Utah looking to avoid a sweep for Tarleton this season. 49-38, the lead after 3. We'll have the fourth quarter after this. You're listening to Thunderbird Women's Basketball live on Thunder 91.
Clark & Linford Jewelers has been a staple on Main Street in downtown Cedar City since the 1970s. Cedar has grown a lot since then, but we are still your hometown jeweler. Our commitment to our customers remains the same, to help you find pieces you will love for years to come. Whether you're looking for an engagement ring, wedding band, or fashion piece, we'd love the opportunity to help you find your piece. Find us at 83 North Main Street in Cedar City and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Clark & Linford Jewelers, still your hometown jeweler, where SUU gets engaged.
Bullock strives to be the very best in serving you in Cedar City, offering fashion, decor, and kids items, as well as a fun old-fashioned soda fountain and pharmacy. We are a place where you can come enjoy unique shopping, a fun atmosphere, and quality service from all of our 4 stores on Main Street. Bring the family, grab a treat, and find that perfect gift. Enjoy your shopping experience with us. Bullock's, 91 North Main in historic downtown Cedar City.
Kabuto's, St. George's #1 sushi and ramen bar. Student specials available Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Make sure and give them a follow on social media at Kabuto Utah for weekly giveaways and local events.
Where Southern Utah heads to the fourth quarter with an 11-point lead, 49-38 over Tarleton State. Down Richards, JC Rockhill alongside me as Southern Utah starts the fourth quarter with the ball and the 11-point lead. Chambers, Kiernan, Doman, Urick, and Feely, the starters out on the court for Southern Utah as Chambers crosses the timeline. No dribble, needs help, finds Urick along the right wing for Southern Utah. Backdoor cut to Chambers into the lane, stops on a dime, and a foul is called against Jones and Tarleton. A quick whistle early, the first foul against Tarleton in the fourth quarter. 17 seconds in, Chambers inbounds to Feely on the right elbow. Back out to Chambers on the right wing, takes a screen from Feely going left. Stop at the free throw line, kick to Kiernan, down to Feely on the right block. Contested layup gets blocked by Engelman and out of bounds. It stays with Southern Utah, 9 on the shot clock. Baseline out, Chambers will inbound once again. Chambers goes to Urick this time on the right elbow. 8 on the shot clock now. She hands back to Kiernan. Deep triple from the logo. Yes, Devin Kiernan's third triple of the evening extends the lead to 14. And boy, it doesn't get much deeper than that. Literally from the edge of the Thunderbird logo.
Yeah, what a pretty release right there by Kiernan. There's no hesitation, just a beautiful shot.
Long drives right on Doman, draws the foul, and will head to the free throw line for a pair. Had 5 points late in the third quarter to get off the goose egg for one of the leading scorers for Tarleton, closing in on 1,000 career points. Now 39 points away, including her 5 points tonight.
Yeah, at this point in this sort of game right now in the fourth quarter, Tarleton State, they're looking for that spark player to come in and just make an instant impact. And I'm going to play spoiler here. It's going to be Jacoria Long. She's going to be the main threat right now. And so the Thunderbirds are going to have to find a way to shut her down. But frankly, those last 5 points that I saw in the third quarter, that's no joke. So she's going to be the threat all fourth quarter.
She goes 2 for 2 to cut the deficit down to 12 for the Texans. Urin on the right block, 2 feet in the paint, too easy for Ava Urick, up to 20 points to lead Southern Utah. We back to 14. Long right corner, short on the triple. The rebound to Brackens as they reset now with Willis, top of the key. Guarded by Chambers, swings to Long, left corner. Drifts to the baseline, now drives baseline on Doman. Backs out to the wing once again. Cross-court Willis, right corner triple, too strong. Feely corrals rebound number 8 for her. Southern Utah out and running with Urick. Give and go with Doman. Easy floater up and in for Courtney Doman. Up to 6 points as well for Southern Utah. The lead is 16, the largest it's been tonight.
I mean, this offense for the Thunderbirds is just so on cue with each other. They know what they have in front of them, and they know the challenge. So they're going to test this challenge as much as they can, especially when it's inside the paint, whether you're cutting from outside the perimeter or cutting along the baseline. These assists are going to start piling up here.
As Jones pulls up from the free throw line, contested jumper is short, but a late whistle will send her to the free throw line as Devin Kiernan picks up the foul. It's her first, the second on Southern Utah here in the fourth quarter. 7:58 to go in the ball game. It's a 56-40 lead for Southern Utah. As Jones in and out on the first free throw, now has a chance to become the favorite Texan of the Southern Utah faithful. The student section is cheering for Cheese Curds, and they get it. The rebound to Ava Urick for Southern Utah off of the miss. Devin Kiernan now trots across the timeline for the Thunderbirds. Now to Chambers. Time is the Southern Utah friend as they swing around the perimeter. Doman left corner, gets it to Feely on the left block. Faces up Engelman, now drives baseline, pushes in, easy left-handed layup for Brooklyn Feely, up to 7 points to go with her 8 rebounds. The lead is 18 for Southern Utah.
Yeah, and again, we saw the variety of moves that Brooklyn Feely has when she's inside the paint. She pump fakes on the pass and the kick out right there, then just bruises her way in and gets 2 points.
Jones drives down the right baseline against Kiernan. Turnaround jumper off the glass and in. Another late whistle gives Kiernan her second foul and a chance for a three-point play for Kyriana Jones from the free throw line. She just went 0 for 2. Has a chance to redeem herself here with a three-point play the old-fashioned way. Third team foul on Southern Utah here in the fourth quarter. 7:17 to go in the Pioneer Floor Coverings and Design final period as Jones knocks down the free throw. 58-43. Southern Utah on top as Chambers gets the inbound and trots against the full court pressure of the Texans. Breaks the double team at half court, drives down the left side of the paint, all the way across, backdoor cut to Urich, contested layup, no, but a foul is called, and Ava Urich finally awarded with her first free throws tonight after it felt like she's battled all night long down low with lots of contact.
Yeah, definitely. So you'll see it on the replay right here. So yeah, Chambers, she cuts across the baseline, finds Urich on the perimeter cut, and as soon as she gets the ball, she's going to go up with it, and you're going against that double team. That's going to be extremely physical regardless of how well it's played defensively. This time it was just way too physical and the foul was called.
Urich knocks down the first. Too strong on the second, but she gets her own miss. Back to Kiernan. Chambers now left wing for Southern Utah. Slows things down, 13 on the shot clock for the Thunderbirds. Now Urich, nice backdoor cut from Devin Kiernan, easy left-handed layup. Ava Urich with a great find, her fourth assist. Gia Adams hands off to Jones, top of the key, now long left wing, kicks out to Myers. She drives down the left baseline, now dumps to Lubert, middle of the paint, kicks back to Adams, right wing, 13 on the shot clock. Guarded by Kiernan, takes a screen going left. Pull up outside the free throw line, up and in. Bill Brock calls time out as Tarleton trailed by 16. 61-45, 6:19 to go in the ball game. Thunderbirds on top. We'll have the rest after this live on Thunder 91.
Wilson Orthodontics has been serving Cedar City for more than 31 years. Child and adult orthodontics are available at 66 West Harding Avenue, Suite A, and they're also open on Saturdays. Wilson Orthodontics has offices in Parowan and Beaver. Cody Wilson, creating smiles you won't want to cover with a mask. 435-586-8980. That's 586-8980. Wilson Orthodontics. Family discounts are available. Township Pharmacy is located near the hospital just off Main Street, and Bullock's Drug is downtown. Each pharmacy can fill your prescriptions, and they're happy to bring this broadcast your way. Curbside service available or inside the pharmacy. Township Pharmacy.
You're listening to Thunder 91. Now back to the game.
Welcome back inside the AFEC, where Southern Utah holds a 61-45 lead with 6:19 to go in the fourth quarter over Tarleton State. Pioneer Floor Coverings and Design fourth quarter, here to help you answer your questions about your flooring. Dallin Richards, JC Rockhill alongside me. It's the Ava Urich Show here tonight inside the AFEC. Her sixth 20-point game at 21 points so far. Flirting though with a double-double, 8 rebounds, adding in 4 assists as well though for Southern Utah.
I mean, yeah, she's been all over the place, and then you add in all the little things that she's doing as well. She's always looking for her teammates out there whenever she has the ball. That's always her first look, is outside the perimeter or inside the paint, and if nobody's there, she's going to drive in on you and force a double team and force a foul and go to the free throw line, and that's going to be quintessential right here in the upcoming back half of the fourth quarter, because that's something that the Thunderbirds are going to look for, are those fouls and free throws.
And if you're head coach Tracy Mason, you love the 16 assists so far for Southern Utah tonight. Yeah. I think what you love even more, 8 of those assists are coming from your front court in Brooklyn Feely and Ava Urich.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, like, the way that the game of basketball has evolved, you expect every player on the court to have a dynamic dual threat ability of assisting and getting points at the same time. So Brooklyn Feely and Ava Urich are the pinnacle examples of that. Like, they have such a dual threat ability when they're inside the paint. It just makes this team so much more deadlier.
Southern Utah has the ball coming out of Bill Brock's timeout. It's the starting lineup for Southern Utah going up against a full court trap for Tarleton. As the Thunderbirds look to break it, they get across half court with Doman. Cross court Chambers, left block, dump to Feely. Can't control the pass cleanly. Reset to Urich. Now Kiernan, left wing, hands to Chambers. Reset now, 13 on the shot clock, top of the key for Chambers. Guarded by Long, drifts to the right wing. Now Feely cutting across the paint, can't convert the left-handed layup over Lubert, and the rebound to Tarleton State and Gia Adams. Cross court now into the lane. No layup there as the foul is called on the drive against Devin Kiernan. That's her third foul, all three coming in the fourth quarter, the fourth on Southern Utah. So the final 5:46, Tarleton is in the bonus. No free throws on this one though, as Gia Adams will inbound baseline out, 24 on the shot clock. As they go into the right corner with Brackens, guarded by Urich. Now reset, Jones, right wing, over to Long, left wing, down to Lubert on the block, got behind Feely for the easy left-handed layup. Lead down to 14 for Southern Utah, 5.5 to go, fourth quarter.
I mean, I don't really blame Brooklyn Feely for getting out of the way in that one. You're not stopping Lubert when she's got that sort of momentum and that sort of a shift inside the paint.
Thunderbirds break the press with a second to spare. Chambers on the right wing, needs help, cross court, Kiernan, top of the key, 10 on the shot clock. Back to Chambers, right wing, takes a screen left from Feely, stops at the free throw line, dumps to Feely, right block with 2, up and over Long, doesn't fall. The rebound fought for, Courtney Doman comes away with it. Kiernan wisely doesn't take the top of the key triple, instead swings to the point guard in Chambers to reset. Down to 12 on the shot clock. Chambers takes a screen left from Feely. Backs out, top of the key again with 5. Crossover dribble, driving left, into the lane, scoop shot. No, a foul is called as Jones gets caught with her hand in the cookie jar. Sierra Chambers back to the foul line for 2.
Yeah, and I really like how you pointed out earlier on the drive right there. Devin Kieran holding onto the ball instead of looking for the wide open triple right now. At this point in the game, you're not looking to be a highlight reel. You're just wanting to win the game and hold on to the ball.
So Sierra Chambers to the free throw line for a pair. Rattles in the first. Southern Utah just 7 of 13 tonight as a team from the foul line. Sierra Chambers looking for one more. She's in double digits now with 10. Make it 11. 63-47 the lead. 4:44 to go in the ball game. Gia Adams brings the ball up for the Texans. Guarded by Kiernan. Pull up from the top of the free throw line. Too strong. Rebound out of bounds. Courtney Doman couldn't corral it, so it stays with Tarleton as they reset the shot clock to 20. Adams to inbound. Baseline out for Tarleton. They go to Long on the left block. Guarded by Doman. Tough layup up and over Courtney Doman. As Brooklyn Feely gets across the timeline in a hurry and slows things down, waiting for her teammates as they break the press. It's a 14-point Thunderbird lead, 4:15 to go in the ball game. Chambers dribbling the air out of the ball, top of the key. Now drives to the left wing, hands to Kiernan. Thought about the triple, swings to Urich instead, top of the key. Down to 8 on the shot clock to Chambers. Chambers denies the screen, goes left, draws the foul on the drive. The fourth foul, so no free throws yet, but better yet for Southern Utah, reset the shot clock from 5 to 20 with 4:01 to go in the ball game.
Yeah, and another thing that's going to be really critical right now for the Thunderbirds is be secure with the ball. Do not make any sort of risky passes. Just make sure that the passes are clean and the lanes stay wide open.
Urich takes the inbound from Doman, top of the key. She drives right into the lane. Contested layup doesn't fall. Lubert corrals the rebound for Tarleton, her 9th. Up to Adams, looking to go coast to coast in a hurry. Swings to Long, right corner, guarded by Doman. Crossover dribble, drive baseline. All the way out, top of the key with Brackens. Her triple off the back iron, bounces above the shot clock and in. Luckiest bounce you'll ever see on the road. The lead down to 11 for Southern Utah. So they look to break the press, and they do with Chambers. Crossing the timeline, now slowing things down for Southern Utah. Chambers along the right wing, dribbling the air out of the ball for Southern Utah, looking to hold on for the win. Urich now draws the foul on the block as she had the mismatch. Gia Adams guarding her. And that will be free throws for Ava Urich. looking to add to the 11-point lead for the Thunderbirds.
Yeah, you saw it on that play. Ava Urick just battles her way down in the paint, a mismatch like you said. So when that ball is coming towards Urick as a defender, you just instantly react with the physical side first. You're battling for the ball, but when you're too physical like that and you're also shoving and body checking the person receiving the pass, that's going to be a foul.
First free throw rims out for Urick. She'll have a chance for one more, looking to add to her 21-point performance so far. Here it goes 1 for 2, 64-52, 3:15 to go in the ball game. Southern Utah on top of Tarleton. Gia Adams wastes no time getting into the front court. Now Bracken's top of the key. Hands back to Adams, thought about the right wing triple, instead drives left on Kiernan. Scoop shot, no, and another late whistle is the 4th foul against Devin Kiernan. Tracy Mason can't believe it. At first look, it looked like clean defense with Kiernan staying vertical.
Yeah, let's watch it right here. See her battle through the screen, arms are straight. You saw a bit of a body check on that one, but I don't think that's necessarily enough to call the foul.
Especially the way this game has been called all evening. Nonetheless, it's free throws coming for Gia Adams, who knocks down the first. She's up to 9 points. Make it 10. Her first second half points come there on those 2 free throws. And Southern Utah gets fouled in the backcourt. Gia Adams almost cut off Ava Urick for a steal, but instead it's a foul. Ava Urick will head to the foul line for a pair.
Yeah, both Urick and Adams are a little shaken up after that one. That was a bit of a really hard collision right there. You see Urick holding her left elbow. So she definitely got her right there. Let's see it. Urick catches the ball, and it looks like Adams just kind of takes an elbow to the head. She was trying to come away with that steal.
Officials are sending their teams to their respective benches. They might be looking at something. I don't know if I saw anything that would warrant upgrading a foul, unless they're weary of Ava Urick's elbow.
Tarleton number 13. Previous play is under review.
We are reviewing something on the foul call. So as it stands, the foul was against Gia Adams, which is her 3rd foul. Southern Utah in the bonus would send Ava Urick to the free throw line, which if you're Tarleton, that might not be the worst thing. You're down by 10 with just under 3 minutes to go. But Southern Utah, 9 of 16 as a team from the foul line, might be your best defense.
I think so, yeah, because I've said it multiple times how the Thunderbirds are a very solid free throw shooting team. They have been very off tonight, which is pretty puzzling in my opinion. So I completely agree. For the Texans, that's probably going to be your best defense, because we've also seen the Texans have some solid rebounding when off of Thunderbird free throws.
It's a 64-54 lead for Southern Utah. 2:57 to go here in the Pioneer Floor Coverings and Design 4th quarter. Flooring services from beginning to end, in-home measurement to design consultations and final installation. Alan Richards along with JC Rock. He'll bring you Southern Utah women's basketball on Thunder 91. And Southern Utah hasn't made a field goal in almost 4 minutes, but they've been getting to the foul line and dribbling the air out of the basketball here as time has been their best friend, leading by double digits for the entirety of this 4th quarter.
Yeah, and in this situation, if you're Coach Mason, I think the biggest thing right now for you is obviously ball security on offense. But my main question is how the defense is going to play on the back half right here. Are you playing super physical inside the paint and sort of drawing fouls yourself, or fouling yourself and sending the Texans to the free throw line? Or are you going to play more of the finesse game and really flirt with the perimeter defense?
And I think it's a tough call, as the officials for the most part tonight have let this game be physical without calling a lot of fouls. Devin Kiernan and Jacoria Long, the lone players in foul trouble, with 4 fouls each respectively. But the whistles have gotten tighter here in the 4th quarter. Both teams in the bonus here at the final 2:57, as they're still reviewing what was called a common foul against Gia Adams against Ava Urick. They haven't shown the replay here inside the AFEC either. Unsure what the officials were quite looking at. I'm sure we'll get an explanation here shortly. But nonetheless, it's been a defensive battle by both teams. Southern Utah holding Tarleton to just 41% shooting from the field as a team, 22% from the three-point line. Southern Utah on the other side, they've shot the ball well. Aside from the second quarter, they're at 47%, 42 from the three-point line as we get the call from the officials.
After review, the only foul will be on Tarleton, number 13, white 44.
And so the call on the court does stand, and they were looking to see if Ava Urich's elbow hit Gia Adams in the face. But after review, it appears it was clean, non-incidental contact. So free throws upcoming for Ava Urich, looking to add to the 10-point Thunderbird lead. First one hits every part of the rim and the backboard before falling off to the left for Urich. She'll have a chance for one more. She's 2 of 5 from the foul line now. Make it 3 of 6 with 23 points to lead all scorers. It's an 11-point lead. G. Adams races across the timeline for Tarleton before slowing it down to Brackens. Over to Long, down to Lubert on the left block. Doubled immediately, kick out. Right corner, triple. Too strong there from Jones. Brackens, though, gets the rebound for Tarleton. Kick back to Long, left wing. She takes a step back three and knocks that one home. She's up to 12 points here in the second half. Lead is down to single digits at 8 for Southern Utah as they look to break the press. They do with Sierra Chambers. Courtney Doman, right corner, right back to Chambers to dribble the shot clock down. 2:18 to go in the ball game. It's an 8-point lead for Southern Utah. Urich, right wing, 10 on the shot clock. Backdoor cut, Brooklyn Feely all alone under the basket. And it's a 10-point lead once again. A great find for from Ava Urich.
Yep, and a deadly 1-2 combo. Ava Urich to Brooklyn Feely.
Brackens top of the key for Tarleton. Hands off to Willis. Now over to Long, left wing. Deep triple, in and out. The rebound to Ava Urich for Southern Utah. Urich will bring the ball up herself as no one picks her up. Now they slow down to the half-court offense with Chambers. Near the half-court line, 15 on the shot clock. 90 seconds to go in the ball game as Chambers drives left. Stops just inside the elbow. Kicks back out. It's Urich top of the key with 8. She'll drive left on Brackens. Pull up from 13 feet, and she's fouled from behind as Brackens hit her arm. More free throws upcoming for Ava Urich. The patience for Southern Utah has been abundant here in the fourth quarter, knowing the time is their friend, but not rushing themselves too late into the shot clock.
Yeah, and you saw Urich on that last play. She drives in, and immediately after she releases the ball right there, Brackens just comes down a little too physical and is going to get called.
In and out for Urich on the first, drills the second from the foul line. Lead is 68-57 for Southern Utah. 1:22 to go in the ball game. Long left wing. Driving down the left baseline, spin back right against Doman, up and over the top for the bucket, and Bill Brock calls his final timeout. 1:11 to go in the ball game. We'll keep this one here. 68-59 Southern Utah lead over Tarleton State. Dallin Richards and JC Rockhill bringing you Southern Utah women's basketball here live on Thunder 91. And if you're Tarleton now, you have no timeouts. You're down by 9. At what point do you start playing the foul game immediately, as opposed to allowing Southern Utah to dribble down the shot clock?
I definitely think it's right now, honestly, especially when they're driving in right down the lane. I think it's more essential now to foul and send them to the free throw line, because those struggles are really going to pay off right now in favor of the Texans, obvious reasons. And it really just gives you a lot of momentum on offense as well, because if you're moving the ball effectively like we've seen them so far in the fourth quarter, their ball movement has been very precise. They haven't really turned the ball over too much in this fourth quarter. So I think in terms of the foul game right now for Tarleton, it's going to be right now.
And for the Southern Utah and head coach Tracy Mason, they still have all 4 timeouts to use if they have a problem getting the ball inbounded against the full court trap of the Texans. But it's been Southern Utah from start to finish here tonight. They're holding on to a 9-point lead, 71 seconds to go in regulation. And Southern Utah, priority number 1, get the ball inbound. Priority number 2, get the ball across the half-court line to avoid the 10-second rule. priority number 3, make your free throws.
Yeah, and also another one is avoid getting trapped right here after you get the inbound pass.
Kiernan gets the inbound, swings right back to Urich. Now Chambers at the half-court line will cross the timeline to stop the press. No foul. Tarleton playing this possession out, down by 9. Feely, right block, give and go with Chambers. Kinks back out left wing. 13 on the shot clock for Chambers. Takes a screen right from Feely. Stops just inside the free throw or 3-point line. 18-footer up and in for Sierra Chambers. Fourth quarter comes around and number 3 in white gets it going. She's up to 13 points. The lead is 11 for Southern Utah. 40 seconds to go. Jacoria Long, right wing, drives left on Doman, extends the arm, and somehow it's a defensive foul against Courtney Doman and one for Jacoria Long. And that's the third foul on Courtney Doman. Doman was in pretty good position all the way. Jacoria Long extends the arm to draw the contact and gets the benefit of the doubt for the free throw. Jacoria Long, 16 points, all of them coming here in the second half. May get 17. And Tracy Mason calls timeout to advance the ball past half court. 35 and a half seconds to go in the ball game. It's still an 8-point lead for Southern Utah. Now it all comes down to just making your free throws. That doesn't allow Tarleton to get back in the game. Yep, definitely. So if you're the Thunderbirds in this situation and you go to the free throw line, you just have to absolutely zone everything out. It's just you in the basket. Do not cave in on the pressure right now because, as you mentioned, you do have an 8-point lead, but no cushion is safe enough in basketball at this time. And imagine Southern Utah tries to get the ball into Sierra Chambers. Just 4 of 6 from the foul line so far tonight, but by far the best free throw shooter on the team, one of the best in the conference. It will be Ava Urich to inbound for Southern Utah. It's the starters on the court. Chambers, Feely, Kiernan, and Doman on the court with Urich as well. In front of head coach Tracy Mason and the scores table for the Thunderbirds. Urich looking for help and a foul before the inbound. Sierra Chambers hits the deck, and that will be free throws incoming for Sierra Chambers. And it's almost worst case scenario if you're Tarleton. You denied the inbound to Chambers. Yep. Ava Urich had to go to Feely instead, the second option, but instead you foul Chambers on before the inbound. Yeah, and that's the downside because if you saw that play right there, it was Brackens covering Sierra Chambers on that one. That's going to be an agility mismatch. So as soon as Sierra Chambers came to her jump stop, ready to receive the inbound pass, Brackens playing catch-up just body checks her instead. Chambers goes 2 for 2 from the line to go up to her season average of 15 points. Lead is double digits again at 10, 72-62, as Adams brings the ball up for the Texans. Stops at the free throw line, pull-up jumper up and in for Gia Adams. And Tracy Mason once again calls timeout to advance the ball past half court. 28 seconds to go, and the lead stays at 8. I would be shocked if Southern Utah does anything differently than they did out of the last timeout. Yeah, definitely. So I'm expecting with this inbound pass right here coming up past the half court line, I'm expecting another screen and force mismatches. Southern Utah 13 of 22 from the foul line as a team, well below their season average of free throw percentage, whereas a team they're just under 74% from the foul line. They've been able to overcome it so far, looking to overcome it for the final 28 seconds of regulation as they lead 72-64 over Tarleton State, who bested Southern Utah in the first 2 meetings this season. Urich once again the inbounder for Southern Utah in front of the scorers table and the Southern Utah bench. They go right to Feely under the basket for the easy layup. That's easier than making 2 free throws. And Tracy Mason, no, the officials stopped the play as the clock started early. An easy layup, though, for Brooklyn Feely. She's up into double digits at 11 points to go with her 8 rebounds and 4 assists. 26 seconds to go. The lead is back up to 10 as Gia Adams lets the ball cross the timeline before scooping it up, going right into the lane, and draws the foul on the layup attempt. And the foul against Brooklyn Feely reaching in from the side. So free throws upcoming for Gia Adams, where she's 2 for 3 this afternoon at 12 points. Adams knocks down the first. The senior guard for the Texans, transfer from North Texas University, has a chance for one more. Lead back down to 8 for Southern Utah. Urick looking to inbound, goes to Brooklyn Feely near half court, who is fouled by Myers, who hit the deck on a slide. But it'll be free throws upcoming for Brooklyn Feely. 20.8 seconds to go. Southern Utah, it's just a matter of continuing to make your free throws. Time has been on your side the entire fourth quarter, more so now with the 8-point lead and 20 seconds to go.
Yeah, no doubt. So if these free throws go in, it's going to make it a lot more difficult for the Texans, but obviously she just missed the first at Brooklyn Feely on that one. So if you're the Thunderbirds in this situation, you want to get back on defense as fast as you can.
Feely 0 for 2 from the line. The rebound to Brackens, up to Adams. Cross court, Jacoria Long, left corner triple, up and in. Lead down to 5 with 13.9 seconds left. Tracy Mason calls timeout to advance the ball once again for Southern Utah. And now just like that, now you have to make your free throws. Yeah. A 5-point game in 13 seconds is plenty of time to make a comeback. It all starts, though, with finding a way to get the ball to Sierra Chambers on the inbound.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's the player that you want the ball to be with on that situation. If she has the ball in her hands, she's going to draw the foul, or at the very least, she's going to go right down the driving lane and get an easy layup.
Ava Urick to inbound in front of the scorer's table for Southern Utah once again. Picket fence line of Feely, Chambers, and Kiernan in front of Urick. Courtney Dolman in the backcourt as the extra outlet if needed. Urick gets the ball to Kiernan, who's fouled immediately. Bill Brock can't believe it, but I can see the jersey pull from here at the top of the AFEC. There'll be free throws for the freshman, Devin Kiernan. "13 seconds even to go in the ball game. It's a 5-point Thunderbird lead with Devin Kiernan at the line for 2. Drills the first, one more coming for the freshman. She's up to 16 points for the Thunderbirds. Goes 2 for 2 with a fist pump on the back pedal for the defense. The lead back up to 7. Gia Adams crosses the timeline, picks it up, drives on Kiernan, pulls up from the free throw line, can't get the friendly roll, and Ava Urick gets her double-double, and the outlet to Brooklyn Feely, who can dribble the clock out. Southern Utah gets the win to keep pace with Abilene Christian and California Baptist atop the WAC standing 76-69 over Tarleton State. Thunderbirds get the win. We'll take a break and come back with the Brad's Food Hut post-game wrap-up after this. You're listening to Thunderbird Women's Basketball here live on Thunder 91.
At Cache Valley Bank, we value our heritage and the history we've built within our communities. With over 45 years of experience behind us, we are confident in our ability to equip our customers with the necessary tools and expertise to navigate their financial journey. Whether you are ready to expand your existing business, embark on a new business venture, or are seeking better personal banking, let us help you reach new heights. Cache Valley Bank, mountains await.
Are you hungry for the usual today? Or are you craving something uncommonly delicious like the meaty masterpiece, the Hook and Ladder sub from Firehouse Subs? They start by piling it high with freshly sliced smoked turkey breasts and Virginia honey ham. Oh, then they top it with melted Monterey Jack and serve it hot in a toasted roll. Save time by ordering your Hook and Ladder with the Firehouse Subs app today, downtown Cedar City. It's Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs, save more lives.
Township Pharmacy and Bullock's Drug are here for you, the Cedar City community. With expert pharmacists on site, Township and Bullock can help you take care of your pharmaceutical needs and fill your prescriptions. Both locations offer curbside service for your convenience. Bullock's Drug is downtown at 91 North Main Street, while Township Pharmacy is near the hospital just off Main Street. Township Pharmacy and Bullock's Drug, grateful and proud supporters of our local students and athletes.
Welcome back inside the AFEC, where we get you set for the Brad's Food Hut post-game wrap-up, 586-6358. If you call ahead, they can have your order ready for you. Down Richards, JC Rockhill alongside me as Southern Utah got the 76-69 win over Tarleton State at 12-1 now at home. It was a win Southern Utah led from start to finish. Never allowed Tarleton to get back in the game completely, though things got a little dicey late because Southern Utah struggled from the foul line.
Yeah, and that's going to be the main underlying key looking forward for the Thunderbirds. They definitely want to improve on those free throw shootings later on, especially when you have another home game this upcoming Sunday. You want to fix that problem as soon as you can in practice.
Yeah, final home game of the season on Sunday against Abilene Christian for Senior Day. Here today, though, it was balanced scoring for Southern Utah. 4 different players in double digits as they went 50% from the field, 42% from 3, but just 58% from the foul line. They outlasted Tarleton State's comeback despite the Texans putting up 31 fourth quarter points. The Thunderbirds smashed them blow for blow.
Yeah, definitely. And it was those small little defensive drives from the Thunderbirds that came in the clutch right there, especially when they were guarding inside the paint. Once again, we saw them trying to force turnovers and really force a lot of uncomfortable situations for the Texans. So the defense in the clutch had its moments, but there were also a lot of mistakes on defense that I think they're going to address.
Yeah, Southern Utah comes away with the 7-point win. It's now time for the Bullock Drug and Township Pharmacy Player of the Game. JC, who wins Player of the Game for the Thunderbirds here tonight?
It's going to be Ava Urich, no doubt. 10 for 16 from the field, 4 for 8 from the free throw line, sadly. But regardless, it is a double-double. You got 24 points. You got 10 total rebounds. Also 6 assists as well from a power forward. That is extremely impressive, even in modern basketball, I think. So, and you also have 8 defensive rebounds on top of that. And we saw the last one right there really to seal the win for the Thunderbirds. So on this one, it's an easy one for me. It's Ava Urich.
Ava Urich, 7th 20-point game of the season, 8th double-double of the season, tied her career high in 6 assists, as she is your Bullock Drug and Township Pharmacy Player of the Game. Pleased to serve you, the Cedar City community. That'll do it from the AFEC here tonight. Southern Utah has the win, 76-69 over Tarleton. They're back at home Sunday for Senior Day against Abilene Christian. Tip-off at 2 p.m. Pregame at 1:45 live here on Thunder 91. Until then, we'll get you back to commercial-free music.